everybody, to another Razorback Live with the Sarge. I'm the Sarge. YT is out for the next few shows. Some family come in town, so he's going to handle his business and enjoy them. And friends, so we will miss him, but we'll carry on. Hope everybody's having a wonderful afternoon, early evening on this cooler, some might say cold day. We get through the day. The rest of the week looks glorious, though. This is the worst day of the week, especially for baseball. But how's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing great. We're coming off that SEC championship game, the Razorbacks men's basketball. Congratulations to the boys. Couldn't have made this sergeant any more prouder. I didn't think I'd ever get to see that, and getting to see that live with you guys was even more special. So now let's go on and get that national championship. Make them really talk about us. Let's do so. Who's in the building already? Michael Falk, good to see you, buddy. We're doing great today. Cody Bradford, go Hogs, absolutely. Bobby Swain, what's up, my man? Nevada, always in the house. Hope you're having a good day. Chase, there's Chase. Jeff, definitely a workout game. Hopefully we can win by a couple 100,000 at least. Just cold weather. Going to just get these boys, get 10 runs and get out of here. Chris, what's going on, buddy? Woo Pig Suey. So, guys in the chat, let me know what you thought about that SEC championship game while we're waiting for the first pitch here at 6 o'clock, straight up on the hour. Oh, we got one over on Twitch, too. If you're over there on Twitch, we appreciate you coming in on Twitch. Probably be some more joining in here in a little bit. The house starts getting fuller closer we get to first pitch. Mike, it was a great game. I'm going to tell you the last few minutes when we turned it on, I was like, too bad we weren't doing that the whole game. We'd have run them out to the gym, but I'll take it. Trevor Brazil with a couple big threes late. That huge block. I mean, just Darius coming alive. I mean, there was just so much that that made that game great. And I mean, the best thing was we were ahead when the clock stopped ticking. So, just a little news coming up. We do have a former Razorback football player is coming on the show to join us. One of these shows we're going to do when we don't got a baseball game. We're going to do a live show, and he is going to be on the show with us. I can't tell you who yet because it's going to be a surprise, but I think you're going to like it. And hopefully we got another one we're trying to get lined up too, so we'll have a couple former Razorbacks football players that will be giving us their thoughts on what they think the Silverfield situation is and what they'd like to see going into the future. And, you know, we're going to talk about, get to know them a little bit, see how they liked it. One of them was a NFL player. He just quit playing in the NFL, so he did reach the pinnacle of where you want to go, and it's pretty awesome. Nevada State, yeah, if we could sustain that kind of play, absolutely. We just need to get that going, keep that momentum going. Now, I'm hoping they got that feeling of success and winning and lifting the trophy, and then that motivates them to want to go lift that big dance trophy at the end. Yeah, Fishman, it is nice. I mean, it's an honor that he would come on the show, and that, you know, kind of lets me know that we must be doing something right because, for a former hog to agree to come on the show, it's pretty awesome. Now, he's not an offensive player. I will tell you that, Bobby. He played on the defense side of the ball. That's all I'll tell you. I'm not saying nothing else. He's a defensive player. Jake, what's going on, man? And here after I said YT was gonna be with his family, he shows up. So I'll have to add you in as soon as we go to the. Well, I might be able to add you in here. Yeah, maybe I could add you in here. Let me see if I can get you in here and then. Before the show starts. Alright, now I can do that. And then turn the camera off. Because we don't need no camera on. There we go. Alright, can you hear me?
I mean, are you sure people don't want to see this pretty face?
Yeah. Pretty sure. So, yeah, hey, well, Hog Wild is with us for this one. I figured he was going to take the night off. But, we're guys. We can't make up our minds what we're doing.
Yeah, I didn't know if I was going to have to go, if we were going to go to the car dealership or
not. David, good to see you. Vamster, what's up, man? Appreciate you over on Twitch. Thanks for the stream again, guys. Michael, not a problem, man. It's what we do, bro. We bring you what? Let's see how much what we got. 7 minutes. 7 minutes first pitch. So get your glass of hot chocolate, coffee, or cold beer, whatever your
Jake
favorite.
Knows.
Whatever your who was the baddie. Oh yeah, Jake. That was a glitch in the Matrix.
No.
That was AI.
No.
Speaking of AI, I need to go to the commercial screen while we're here, and let's change this to baseball.
Need to make a new one.
Yes, we do need to make a new one.
Well, every time I try to get him to run bases, he runs towards the audience and then first base.
Yeah.
AI is going to take over the world.
Yeah, AI is not smart.
He can't even get the man to hit a ball. He hits the ball into the crowd.
I do believe that's tonight at 8 o'clock. I think they play tonight. Is it not, Xander? That the finals tonight, USA, and I think it's Italy or Venezuela, one of the two. No, Austin, we will not be streaming NCAA tournament games because we will get copywritten and the channel will get in trouble for that. So we cannot stream no more basketball for the rest of the year. Sorry about that.
But you're more than welcome to come watch it in Discord.
It is something we cannot do, unfortunately. But yeah, we will have. If you're a member of our Discord, we do always stream them in the voice channel, and we watch them in there together. with all the Discord guys and ladies. So, okay, Chase, it's Venezuela, and it is tonight. Okay, yeah, I probably will watch that game tonight in Discord. Just because it's the finals and it's USA. I wonder who they got pitching tonight. I know they can't pitch Skeens again. So we'll have to wait and see. I got to draft my fantasy team tomorrow, so maybe I'll get some ideas. One of my leagues. We got a Discord league that we already drafted in. Bamster says nothing better than Long John Silver's and Hog Sports. Well, they had some greasy fish, didn't they, Bamster? But it was good, though. I ain't gonna lie. No, Cajun, you don't have to be a paid subscriber, man. Discord is free for you, brother. We don't charge you to come in our Discord. You just hit the link, you get verified, and as long as you stay respectful in the Discord, you can come in and join us whenever you want. It is different in there because we do all have kind of a dark side, so we give each other a hard time, but it's all out of love and fun. But it's
mostly fat jokes.
There's a lot of fat jokes because I'm fat, YT's fat, so we just. But we don't care. But yeah, no, you don't have to be a member for that occasion. The Hogs games, it starts at 6, Punisher, and the WBC starts at 8:30, I think. I'm pretty sure it said 8:30.
I'll drop the link. I mean, if people want to come in, but what is really cool about Discord, y'all can come in, say hi, mute, and just, if we're watching something, just chill and watch.
Yeah. You don't have to be part of the conversation.
Quiet.
We try not to talk. We'll drop it right here in a second. Cajun, YT's going to drop it in the chat for you. Fishman says, y'all are big bone. No, Fishman, I think I'm fat, bro. I don't even know if I got bones. I'm like jelly shit. The Woo Pig Podcast. OD says, I need a free membership, laugh out loud. Hey, B Hall says the same thing when he comes in here. We give out 10 free ones a month. OD, if you, hopefully you can get one, because I wish I could just hand them to certain people, but I can't. YouTube won't let me do that. They randomize everything. Fishman said they own the fat label. Arky.
I prefer myself to be called thick.
Hey, I think we just got a member. I heard the gunshot go off Razorback Live with the Sarge membership. Oh, there you go. Hog Wild just gifted a membership. So if you just got a membership, you got it gifted from Hog Wild. Why is that not showing up on my screen?
It was Xander.
Xander received a membership. There you go, Xander. You're now a member of the channel. You get new emojis. You get the all that stuff right now with the.
I would do more, but I'm about to have to buy a new car. So.
Yeah. It's not. This stuff ain't cheap, man. I'd love to be able to give you guys. I'd love to throw out 50 new members a show if I could, but I would be divorced probably. And doing the stroll from the streets on an extension cord. All right, we about a minute away from being able to get something going here. There you go, St. Michael. Fat hog, fat dog. Yeah, absolutely. I am definitely a pig-like creature.
I'm just taller.
Hey, there's one. Arky Joe became a member. How's one of my moderators get a membership for free? The B Hall's going to love that when I tell him, hey, Joe got a member and you didn't. Yes, sir. That's going to excite him.
I think he bought that one.
Oh, did he buy it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, well, Joe. Okay. Well, then you got yours. You bought yours. I'm sorry. Excuse me. One of my moderators bought a membership. So we appreciate that. Joe, for supporting the channel, my good man.
David Shelby's in the house.
All right. Here we go. They open up the hog pen.
The Bears from Northern Colorado and the Arkansas Razorbacks. The
Make sure the
festive
volume's up
atmosphere
all the way. It
inside
is.
Cold Bomb
All
Walker
right.
Stadium. First of
Oh,
two with the Bears.
we're Irish
Arkansas
river
came
dancing.
off the
Yes.
series win.
Oh,
Why are we doing
Buffering.
that already? It's the weather. I'm telling you. Every time it's cold and cloudy up here, it does this every time. Let me get that going right there and refresh that.
8 and 9
Sometimes
hitters.
that helps.
They did so against State.
Yeah, that's right. TJ Pompey kind of stayed back on the baseball. Nolan Souza starting to get that barrel head out. They both swing the bat really well last weekend. Oh, Brett, hitting the ball to all fields.
Well, get it out of the way
Base hit.
now
Actually, he turned into
before
a
the game
double
starts.
to left field, and he got the barrel head out and hit a bullet down the right field corner as well.
Really a good sign to see Souza on that tear. And
Absolutely, dude.
there
No
were a lot of
code,
guys
just
at the top of the lineup
get
that
it done
were
and over
not
with,
doing
right?
A ton of damage, but Arkansas wins the series because Souza 5 for 9, and then Pompey again 4 for 9 with the walk-off home run Friday, part of a series SEC victory. Well, when you speak,
Hopefully
of
the good
numbers,
one,
you
Fat
take
Naps.
A look at the Bears from Northern Colorado, Troy. No surprise, maybe with elevation, they are really good offensively, and they like those pitching numbers to be a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely the offense can really swing it. Coming in hitting 281 as
Yeah,
a team,
Michael,
and
looked like they were.
again, just 1 through
They were doing a
9 to really
jig.
put the ball into play, but
Is
boy,
it
the
St- it's
pitching
not St.
staff's got
Patty's Day,
room
is
to
it?
grow.
yes, it is.
Oh, it
See
is?
what that looks like.
They're
Just
They're
like
doing
the
a short
lineup for the
parade.
Bears.
They're doing the
They're
short
coming
street
3
parade
and 10 on the
downtown
season.
Hot
Barber,
Springs
Stone,
right
and
now.
Mueller,
It's
the
a
top 3.
it's a
Bryant, Pruski,
crap
Sarge
show
don't even
if
pay
you-
attention.
Loser, Phillips,
Sarge don't pay
and
attention to the
hitting
holidays
coach
anymore.
is
Are you
Shane
wearing
Wilkinson.
green?
Yes,
I am
he's the
not.
brother of Casey.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
get him,
that
Mrs.
lineup
Mrs.
is
Sarge.
to go up against
I
a
am not
talented
wearing green
freshman
today.
in Mark Brissy.
Boy, see the hometown of Brissy at Batesville.
Hey, there's
doing
Mrs.
his
Sarge in the building.
last senior season here in Fayetteville High. Really good
Get
arm.
him,
He'll
Mrs.
run that
Sarge. Go in there
fastball
and
right up to
pinch the back of that
mid-90s,
arm.
Kind of that low three-quarters arm slot.
Everybody told you to come
and a big
pinch me
sweeping
because I
breaking
wasn't wearing
ball as
green.
Well. But the key for Brissy is he's been able to throw strikes early on. In
She's
his
going to get the
career.
frying
We've got a
pan.
couple of Fayetteville High School
Oh.
products in the lineup tonight. We'll explain more later. This is Brett Barber to lead things off, and we are off and rolling on what is a cool night here at Baum Walker.
And we moved up to number 4 in the country now. There,
53
I got my
degrees.
pinch.
Barber, the second baseman, one of the many Colorado natives
After
on this
taking
team,
2 or
and that
3
one is
from the number
outside
3 team, Mississippi
from
State,
Brissy.
we moved up to number 4.
Our plate umpire is Joshua Shepitz. Mark Wages
Daniel,
at
what's good,
first,
buddy?
Sean Arthur umpires at second.
We're having a great day,
How's
man.
it going,
We get to
Daniel?
spend it with
At
you,
third.
brother.
Brissy yanks that one down and out.
Brissy's really setting up over on that first base side of the rubber and just missing everything down and away. And there's 4 straight
Yep.
balls.
Kind of yanking some of those fastballs.
No,
You
call,
had to
no
walk
worries.
to Make-A-Wish kid?
And the Bears,
Hey, easy.
by the way, bust here from Greeley, Colorado, get a free base to start.
Oh, he's short. That's why I said.
Midweek
Yeah,
series.
well,
You gotta get some
He looks
kudos.
like he's
I'm
12.
telling you what, that was not around the corner, was it?
Yeah, that's not easy.
oh my goodness.
They'll go here
Sometimes.
to Omaha for a Summit League weekend series. But ready to roll, and here's Jaden Stone. That's a 818-mile one.
I think my co-host is drinking too, Shelby.
12 plus hours
David.
if you don't stop.
Yeah, some pineapple coconut water.
Yeah.
Stone, another one.
There you go.
Hitting over 300.
There's a
That's
strike.
321.
Let's
12
go.
knocked in.
You found the zone now.
Wish
Stay
they-
there.
Hope they have a sleeper bus.
Oh, we got
Brett, it is
Popeye
Carter
on first today.
Rutenbar over there at first base. No Reese Robinette this evening.
Yeah, a couple of different
Rutenbar.
lineups. You will notice the green hats on St. Patty's Day. So, again, pretty festive for the Razorbacks.
Oh, we're
Man, I-
using big letter
See working
words.
from the first
Festive.
base side of the rubber.
I
Runner
would have
goes.
used,
The throw down is not caught by Kozel.
Thanks, cameraman.
First throw was a little bit high.
Show
I'm
us
not
what
sure they
happens
were gonna
after
get
the play.
Barber, who gets the
I should have
second
put
bag of the year.
4-leaf clover as an
Will not notice
emoji
that throw
today
ended up in
if
shallow
I'd have known
center.
it was St. Patrick's Day.
It's going to put the Bears
My
at
fault, chat. That's all
20
me.
For 26.
We do have the beer
Stolen
emoji, though,
bases.
if you remember.
We're not afraid to put runners in motion.
Need to have
Or
the
the bi-
Guinness emoji.
We have the beer hat emoji.
Where's that
anyway.
German? Is Guinness
Yeah, it's more German.
German?
I think. It might be Irish. I don't know.
Brissy a long pause.
I wasn't
before
real
the
big.
pitch.
I wasn't a big beer
That
drinker,
one
so
is
I
high,
don't know.
2-1.
I don't like beer.
It was the
I was
Friday
whiskey.
against Mississippi State when we came to the ballpark, and all
I'll
of a
stick
sudden
with
there was
rum,
Koshel at short, and Sousa was at second, and
whiskey.
Robinette was at third,
In no way do we
Barber was at
condone
vodka.
drinking.
Pompey
We're just
was at
saying
third today, with
when
Landon
I drank,
Schaefer getting his
which was
first
28 years
ever
ago now,
college start, is in right. So that's
I
another
preferred whiskey.
purple dog. But this one right now in Mark Brissy's
I like
fighting
Jello
his command,
shots
Troy,
with
after
100 proof
walking Barber,
vodka.
he's behind
Okay.
Stone 3-1,
All right.
and it's the fastball location that's bothered him. And hey, there's Landon, first
St.
college
Michael
start
says it's
after
Irish.
pinch
Okay.
running and scoring on Sunday.
Thank you,
Yeah,
St.
big
Michael, for
stolen
that.
Base.
Hey, I feel you, Fishman. That's exactly how I feel when I taste it.
Got to second
Yeah, I
base.
agree,
Mike
too.
Anu poked a RBI single out there that was bobbled in right field. It was probably going to be a pretty close play, and Schaefer got a stolen base and run scored. This is a really good visit by veteran Ryder
I think I
Helfrich.
drank
Trying to
way too
settle
much of that in my younger
freshman
years there,
down.
Fishman.
You might see him throw some type of a breaking ball right here pretty quickly just to try to slow that
Yeah,
arm speed
me
down a
too.
little bit.
Because in 6 innings, Brissy
I'm not a
had
big
given up
fan of
1
black
hit, 2
licorice
walks, and 9
anymore.
strikeouts, so really good over 4 appearances. Made his debut against Tarleton on that Monday at Globe Life in the opening weekend. Get the wave and a miss, and that was a pitch maybe at the very top of the zone that Stone swung through.
Stone trying to do his job and hit this baseball to the right side and move that runner up to scoring position, into third base.
Here's a payoff. That's not close. That's
Come on,
high,
Brissy.
so
You got to
back-to-back
get in the strike
walks
zone, sir.
to begin this game.
I know it's cold, but you got to get. Let's go. Don't be messing around with these boys.
That is one thing about sometimes pitchers that have that low 3/4 arm slot. Boy, you have just
St.
a
Michael.
little bit different of a
I know
release
what you're.
point since
I'm picking
kinda
up what you're
coming
putting
across
down
your
there,
body,
sir.
and it can have big results.
Lead runner is going to go. That's Barber towards
Oh, and he
third,
throws
Helfrich
it.
throws one into left. So Barber gets the stolen base. The air provides a run, and the Bears lead 1-0.
Boy, that thing just slipped out of Ryder Helfrich's hand. It wasn't even anywhere close to
No.
T.J. Pompey at third base.
Told you that cold weather's gonna make a difference today.
Watch this thing as it's released. Watch how far to the right that ball is. No chance for Poppy to reach that one. That was just a run that was absolutely gifted to the Bears.
Without putting a ball in play yet. Jake Buller. Count of
Ooh.
0-1. Buller with 21 hits, 6 batted in.
That was over the outside corner there
Yeah.
from the angle that we can see.
Different set of umpires now.
You know, Troy, it was a midweek start.
Dubzilla, what's good, brother? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you coming in.
Pausing that conversation for the wave and a miss.
Yeah, give him a little shotty. Give him a little swig of Fireball on this. Oh, wait, he's
All right.
18.
Stop.
I really like
Yo.
that call by Ryder Helfrich. Throw a breaking ball right there on 1-1. Might be surprised if he didn't come back with it right here.
He did.
Yes,
the
you
fastball
said it,
just
Chase. Lock in. It's time to lock
Does
in.
not have the feel
We're done
for it
gifting
right
them a
now.
run
Plus, that
now.
Monday game against Stetson, though, that DeKramer, the first 4 batters reached and scored. It was
Right.
4-0 before there was an out.
Yeah, Kramer, I don't think he even got an out. He had to be replaced, and Arkansas is just trying to scratch one off right here.
That was off the hands.
That
of
was a
Buller,
gift
fouled back
swing
to the
right
screen.
there.
Sometimes I think when you just get that first out, it's an obvious statement, but you settle in just a bit.
Luke,
and the
no, we
longer
can't.
you
Well,
go,
we
whether
will
it's
get
just rubbing down
copyrighted
new
for that.
baseballs
So
or missing,
we are done with
it feels like
basketball
it has been forever since,
as far
you've
as
done
live
something
streams go.
positive.
Yeah, and then the
We
pressure
wish we
starts
could, but we
building in
can't.
your mind, and then you start being a little stiff in your motions, and kind of goes downhill from there.
1-2 pitch is off the corner, a fastball at 94, maybe a little bit further off than just the black, though, from Brissy to Jake Buller.
We will be showing them in our Discord, though.
And
Oh, my
Brissy
God.
will plunk Buller.
All right, Dave. We've seen enough. Go get him.
So the slider just kind of backed up and ran into Bullard, and then that'll prompt an early visit from Matt Hobbs, and the first 3 have reached. And Hobbs was talking about Brissy to Matt Jones of the newspaper before this start. He said it's almost like Mark has been penalized because of how good he's been. not getting to throw an extra inning. They've sort of held him back in case maybe they've needed him in some weekend appearances. And Hobbs said it's just weird. The dynamic of the bullpen sometimes is a little bit strange. And I think the benefit
no
of
worries,
tonight
man. We
was
appreciate you guys
you
coming
might
in
be
and
able to
watching
go
it with us.
multiple innings. Well, right now he's trying to get through this first inning to be able to go multiple innings.
Or even just get an out at this point. And again, this
There's
is
Steel
not
Eves
what Arkansas
warming up.
wanted to do. Have Steel Eves up with no outs in the first inning. They're trying to find him a hat.
Does he not have a green hat?
And he's got one now.
All right, good. Got
There
to
we
make
go.
sure everything's legal. Well, a walk, a stolen base, another walk, another stolen base, an E2 and a hit batter. How's your Tuesday night working out?
You got a pretty busy scorebook with just 3 batters down.
This is Easton Bryant. He's knocked in 10 runs. He's not homered this year. Big, lanky, left-handed batter takes strike 1.
This is a Northern Colorado team that has only hit 8 home runs as a team.
That one's laced to the gap in left center. It's down. Ruiz will take it on a couple of bounces. Stone will turn third. Here's the throw. It's offline. And the Bears lead 2-0. 11th run batted in for Easton Bryant.
Well, that's cool, Punisher.
Well, that was a fastball right down the middle. You could not put it anywhere. It was like it's on a tee right there. Bryant didn't miss it. Just a great piece of hitting right there by Bryant. And, boy, the Bears are just moving station to station.
Well, this feels eerily similar to that Monday game against Stetson, and the disappointing aspect for Arkansas, as Logan Pruski, the shortstop, takes a strike, is the Hogs were never able to overcome that first inning against Stetson.
That is exactly right. I think the game ended up, 4-1 or something. So, and this is a wind that's blowing straight in from right field. So, balls are not going to be flying out of Baum Walker anytime at all tonight.
Now, Pruski's had a really good start this year, a .359 average, 14 knocked in. He's down in the count, 0-2.
Need to keep it right here at 2
Coach
runs,
Anderson
no
talked
more.
about Pruski being a rangy shortstop, but obviously his offense has been really good. And
Yeah, Bill, boy, they do
told
that.
the reporters
Can't argue
this
that
week,
fact.
to be blunt, his offensive production has been a great surprise for us. Well, it certainly has been worthy of being in the middle of this Bears lineup as he fouls another one away. That's Coach Anderson. So many connections with Nebraska and DVH and the Opitz family. We'll get into them as we get deeper into this series. Right now, Arkansas would like to record an out. Brissy's 23rd pitch misses down and away.
A really nice take right there by Pruski. And that's an easy pitch to chase with 2 strikes.
That's up and in. Did it deflect off the bat? Quick appeal to first base umpire Mark Wagers, who said no swing. I thought I almost heard a tick, and it might have been just the ball ending up in the glove of Helfrich. Troy, could this be his last batter if this doesn't go well?
Yeah, I think so. I think this is just about it.
And that's outside. Oh, it's on the outside corner for strike 3. That
Wow.
did not register in the zone on TrackMan anywhere near it, and Brissy
I think
will
that was a
gladly
gift right
take
there.
it.
Yeah, that was a gift right there. That is
Oh, my goodness.
way out. You can even see the batter, just his reaction was like, oh, you got to be kidding me.
Wow. Troy, I don't think we've seen a bigger miss go in Arkansas's favor this season.
No, that's probably been the largest one. That was probably 4 baseballs outside.
Zeke Minnick, the catcher, next in. This is up the middle, maybe a chance for 2. Kosher will take it himself. Step on second, flip to
There
first,
we
double
go.
play. How big is that strikeout now?
Let's go
Yeah,
hit,
that's
boys.
really big for Arkansas. Brissy survives the first inning, and Arkansas is going to see what they're.
Let's go hit some balls now. Yeah, that was definitely a gift, Dave Fry. Or D Fry, I'm sorry. Because that was, yeah, it was a foot outside for sure. I think the umpire was just feeling sorry for him. So it's not too bad. We got there with 2 runs, and Gage and I agree we dodged a bullet on there. It could have been worse. Maybe he gets the feeling for the ball a little better. I know with your hands cold, these pitchers have a hard time feeling them laces, so that their control's off a little bit. So he's going to have to get that figured out going forward. Because you can see it the same way on Scott Hart super chat of $5. Scott's a legend. That's just all there is to it.
A legend.
A legend. Scott with a $5 super chat. Appreciate you, Scott.
And the lineup Arkansas will run out there will feature Ruiz, Kojal, and Helfrich, the top 3. And Stewart's back in the lineup, but as the DH.
Not very good, Pat Naps. According to the stats, they got a better offense, but their pitching is something to be desired.
First college start is in right. League's hitting .472, by the way, against Mitch Haythorne.
There's that number. It eluded me.
And Arkansas has some work to do, down 2-0. And the Bears are in the same spot that Arkansas is as far as Troy, a 2-week mid-game series.
I don't know what that could be, Fishman. It's definitely a YouTube issue then, because
some challenges at you,
not nothing
because
on our
obviously
end.
They're looking ahead.
I haven't changed
Arkansas
anything.
looking ahead to South Carolina.
Yeah, I think so. And you've got some different people in the lineup, but an opportunity for people to get a lot of innings and at-bats. And Arkansas
Shane, what's
coming
going
into
on,
the
buddy?
ballgame as a team.
Might have to change stop chat to live chat.
219 against lefties, so they're glad there's a right-hander on the mound this evening.
They've got some reverse splits, which are a little bit unique. And this is Damian Ruiz stepping in to begin things.
Big Phil, what's going on, buddy?
328 clip, 4
Good
runs
to see you,
batted in,
Sean.
and takes a strike.
How you doing?
Ruiz had 3 hits against Mississippi State, couple of runs scored, and there were not many big offensive numbers outside of Pompey and Sousa. But Arkansas found a way to win 2 out of 3. And this is a week, Troy, and they'll finish up this 18-game homestand. They'll have their first road SEC series, but they have a chance to make some hay this week with these 5 games.
Yeah, I think so, and they need to get this offense really clicking. And I think there's some guys that even, as the coaching staff has said on the Arkansas side, if we can just get them back to average, that's going to be really good.
Yep.
There's some guys with some tremendous talent that are just kind of scuffling a little bit right now.
Haythorne, the full wind in the pitch, and Ruiz socks one in the air to left field.
Uh-oh.
Back goes Stone,
Ruiz.
turns around, looks up. Hello,
Oh my God!
The first
First batter.
Razorback home run for Damian Ruiz.
There we go.
Is quite a way to start the bottom of the first inning. 25th home run for the Razorbacks, and they are 12th in the conference in the long ball category.
You got
but
your
that
oh my
one
God,
goes good
Daniel.
for Damian Ruiz.
Brett, I think that one hit about halfway up the light pole. Hit the light pole itself out there in left center field.
I lost it at some point. It goes 386 feet, and that was dead center, and that's what you do with the pitch that's in the center square.
See if you can hit this one ricochet off the light pole and bounce to the right. Just missed it.
This is Camden Kojal.
Got hit by the pitch.
Indeed he does.
Here we go, moves.
Kojal's hit some
He got the
absolute
mustard out.
rockets as of late. It hasn't necessarily been rewarded, just 1 for 11 in that weekend series. But Arkansas gets a free base runner after the home run from Damian Ruiz.
I'm not sure if that ball hit the ground first and then hit Kojal in the foot or hit on
What?
the fly, but you're going to get hit somewhere. That might not be a bad place on a day like today.
Here's Ryder Helfrich. Pitches outside from Haythorne. Helfrich, 3 runs batted in this weekend against the Bulldogs with 3 base hits. He also hit some rockets that the wind knocked down, as did Koschel.
Yeah, hit a couple balls into left center field that any normal day
Yes.
Baum Walker were going to fly out of the yard, and boy, that gusty wind just knocked him down.
I'm not sure how many balls Koschel hit in triple digits with exit velo that on other days would have been home runs, but DVH yelled at him somewhat playfully in batting practice today. And he said, "Hey, are you going to start hitting them where they aren't?" And he goes, "I'm just going to keep trying to hit them hard." All right, let's see if this ball hit the light pole. Boy, this is super slow-mo. Boy, it did.
There it did. You doubted me?
I didn't doubt
Oh,
you, but
okay.
I did lose the baseball at some point. The lights are on. It's kind of that gloaming
Yeah,
right now
a little tough.
in the evening, and I saw the fans jumping up in the hog pen, but they weren't trying to get the baseball. They were anticipating it coming their way. As Koschel goes back in diving, but you think about Damian Ruiz. He gets his first Razorback home run. Koschel then gets hit by a pitch.
How about this stat? Camden Koschel's not attempted a stolen base this season.
Nor should he. And that pitch a little bit outside. But the one thing about Haythorne, Troy, his times to the plate, which is probably the most relevant of anything, might suggest that there could be some that would attempt.
Yeah, he's anywhere from 1.35 to 1.6, and there is no chance if you're anywhere close to 1.6 of throwing a runner out at second base.
Hitters count for Helfrich, the 3-1 pitch. That's down. That's ball 4. The first 4 Bears reached in the top of this inning, and the first 3 Razorbacks have reached in the bottom.
So you're thinking there could be a high pitch count in this ball game.
Well,
How about the home run that Zach Stewart hit last weekend? It was probably Friday night. Was probably one of the hardest balls I think I've seen hit in Baum Walker Stadium in a long time.
115 off the bat. Took a chunk out of the building above the windows on the second level. Stewart
another
drives
one.
another one to right field. Into
Stewie.
the wind. Mosier is back, and he will
the
make the
wind
catch.
killed
And
it.
that ball was absolutely ripped again, but maybe a little bit off the barrel and into that wind, and would look like a certain home run off the bat.
Hey,
It's just a long out.
Jesus is
And
King
Koschel
says,
tags
"I'm at
and
the
goes
game,
to
y'all."
third.
Awesome,
Boy, the
man.
wind has won against some of these hitters in the last
Stay
couple
warm,
weeks.
brother.
Yeah, I think this one just maybe caught that ball at the end of the bat just a bit. I think he thought he hit it and got enough of it, and you can see right there with Helfrich running back to first base, but maybe a little too much exit velocity, or not exit velocity, exit angle. Got up in that breeze.
Here's Mike Anu. You see his numbers. 1 away from getting to 20 runs batted in. Helfrich runs. That throw's going to go down. It is way late as Helfrich gets his 5th stolen base. One of the better running catchers in college baseball. And Arkansas no longer in danger of maybe grounding into a double play. A little bit of a peak there.
Yeah, just a really huge jump by Ryder Helfrich. His timing couldn't have been better.
And the Bears will
Yeah, I
concede
did.
a run on the
I
ground
got to
ball
see it,
that
Daniel.
Arkansas
Yeah.
could use to tie the game if New puts it into play. That's a
Hey,
swing.
Mama
He was
Sarge is
unable
in the
to hold
building.
back the breaking ball.
That was probably Haythorne's best curve so far, slider.
I was watching Haythorne pitch early this year when the Bears had their opening weekend series at Wichita State. And it was one of the situations where you just don't see it very often. Big, powerful left-handed swinger crushes a ball down the line and right. It bends a little bit foul. It's called foul, and the Shockers are trying to figure out, do we challenge this? And most replays down the line are almost impossible to tell. So they go ahead and they just continue on. The batter stays in the box. There's a chopper to third. Fillinger has one play. He will throw out New. Koschel will score, and this game is tied at 2 apiece. And New does get his 20th run batted in. So about 11 or 12 pitches
Yeah,
into the
it's
at-bat,
the-
the guy hits another one down the right field line. This time it is
ESPN
fair
stream
for a home
delay
run against
does
Haythorne.
that. Jesus is King.
Yeah, really good read by Camden Koschel right there. And you already talked about that the Bears are playing back just to get that out. And that's all you have to do right there. The Cardinals send with the runner on third with less than 2 outs. You can't strike out. You can't pop up. And even a chopper gets the run in.
Indeed, and here's Rutenbar, who takes it outside for a ball. How many times do you see a guy hit a ball foul, and then a couple of pitches later in the same at-bat, hit one in the same spot, but a few more feet? Fair.
That's not very often.
Hey, Kirk.
There's
Good
the
to see you,
numbers
buddy.
for Carter. 20 at-bats in his freshman campaign. In one stretch this past week, we saw him start 3 games at 3 different positions, counting the DH spot. Right field, first base, DH. And for a guy who came in listed as a utility individual, I guess that follows suit. But
fit in that bill, isn't
yeah, he enjoys the playing time. So no Robinette, no Cahillo Aloy in Arkansas's lineup tonight. And DVH a chance to, again, get a few more at-bats for some individuals. And Arkansas answered the 2-run top of the first with 2 of their own. What's upstairs?
I tell you the thing that has impressed me with Carter Rutenbar, he just seems like he's one of those guys that's almost a little bit antsy at the plate. He's kind of moving, never standing still. But he doesn't take that antsiness into his aggressiveness and swinging the pitches outside the zone.
I think that's hard to do as a freshman. That's ball 4, that's in, so that's the second walk to go along with a hit batter.
Yeah, because you're wanting to try to produce.
You do,
when you get up there and you get your opportunity, but he just really lets the game come to him in each at-bat, so I'm really impressed with that.
Speaking of somebody who produced when he got his chance on Friday, TJ Pompey.
I think so,
I'm sure
real
when
life.
You transfer in, you're waiting for an
it's
SEC
on our page. If you look at our
SEC
page,
then you're not in the line.
you'll see the thumbnail
and you get
for
thrown
it.
in late for
And
defensive
the time I'm
purposes.
going live,
it doesn't
so
look like you're
it'll tell you
even
for
back
sure.
because Arkansas was an out away from
Doing
winning
good,
it
brother.
in the top of the 9th. And he gets his chance. It wasn't just his first game. It was his first SEC at bat. Was a walk-off home run.
That's a pretty good way to start things up. And DVH talked about him kind of letting his upper body kind of float toward the pitcher, which is never a good thing as a hitter. And they kind of got that fixed. And, boy, the results spoke for themselves.
Takes a pitch in there for a strike. And, well, TJ still has strikeout numbers that would
yeah, Big Phil.
with 30.
Yeah.
You could see where maybe
Absolutely.
drifting or moving a little bit towards the pitcher might take your eyes off some of the pitches too.
Yeah, it makes your head move.
You're right. Chopper to short. Pruski's there as throw to first in time to retire Pompey and end the inning. So Arkansas will score 2 and strand 2, but Troy Damian Ruiz got his first Razorback homer.
Boy, it's a really nice way for Arkansas to answer off those first 2 runs. A no-doubter to left field. Damian Ruiz got all of that one. Ricocheted off the light pole. This game's tied at 2.
Big homer from Damian Ruiz. Yeah. I agree, Daniel. He's putting the ball in play. Yeah, real life it was. I was really proud to see that. Leave it to Sarge. Are you not entertained? I call him Popeye when I can't think of his name. And then I want to call him Rutenberger, and it's actually just Rutenbar. So it's always one thing or the other.
Mark Brissy back to the mound in the second. Seven, 8, and 9 due up for the Bears, who come in at 3 and 18. There's DVH, 24th season as the Arkansas head coach. I came through with an interesting article that I'm going to relay about DVH a little bit later on. That's a tease, Troy.
Okay.
You're going to like it, though,
I'm
I
on
promise.
the edge of my seat. I want to hear
Sure
this.
you are. This is Mooser, the right fielder. Sitting 274 with a homer and 12 knocked in. Talk a little bit about Mike Anderson, though, this inning as well, the head man for the Bears.
Yes, there was, Chairman, and I do believe they run-rolled him.
For Arkansas to come back and get some runs, and Brissy to get that double play ground ball, because he was kind of walking a tightrope in that last inning.
I'm not sure what the score was, though, bud.
Steele's getting hot fast down the Arkansas bullpen.
2-0 pitch, snaps over the outside corner for a called strike.
He played early this morning at 11, I think.
Got the strikeout, soft ground ball for a double play, and then Arkansas responded with 2 in the bottom of the inning. First 3 batters that Brissy faced went walk, hit batter with a throwing error in between. That's in there for a strike at 90 miles an hour.
And took a little something off that one, kind of just guided that one over the plate.
That's it down the line in left. Ruiz over.
Thank you, guys,
quickly
for the score.
That win, working that ball away from him. And
appreciate that. If I don't know, my chat will. I promise you that. I got one of the best chats in YouTube.
Ethan, 17 hits on the season for UNC. This will be into the shift. Play is made. Pompey retires Mooser, and there's one gone. We talked about Mike Anderson, the head coach of Northern Colorado. Troy, he of course played at Northern Colorado, former Nebraska head coach. Remember, he followed a guy by the name of Van Horn and then took his Cornhusker team to the College World Series after he was part of a staff that did it 2 times with DVH.
Yeah, you can see, and also 2 times the Big 12 Coach of the Year. So the guy definitely knows what he's doing. He was able to move back home.
It's a soft flare, and it'll not be caught by Rutenbar off the bat of Fillinger. But, I mean, he goes way back with Coach Van Horn. And
oh, man, sorry to hear that.
I think he really is the man for this job, not only with his love for Northern Colorado, but the fact that he understands that you're going to start on the road for the better part of a month. They've had 2 home games.
Yeah, and he was real clear, Coach Anderson was, that he goes, you're not going to get anybody really to come to Greeley unless it's in conference. So they've definitely, to get that many games in, they've got to go out and travel. And boy, with their budget, they're busing everywhere, which you talk about some rough bus rides. They'll put some character on your team in a hurry.
First 19 games on the road. Obviously, they've had good offensive numbers. They've had a couple of home games against St. Thomas, and those came with some asterisks as well. And that one is down and out. But, I mean, 19 games on the road and you're busing, Troy. You're also missing some practice days.
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's the advantage of, having the charter jets and things like that the SEC teams get.
It's downstairs to Fillinger. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I think that's a really key point right there. I think that's something that a lot of people miss, because we even ask, hey, Coach, did you guys work on the indoor last night? And he goes, no, we were bussing down.
Trying to get here.
Yeah, just trying to get here to play. I said, well, they're going to be ready to play in the minors. So he's like, there's some definite bus rides in the minor leagues for sure.
But you know what? He's recruited a lot of Colorado kids, and I think they understand the weather dynamics and being part of the Summit League where you're facing the teams from the Dakotas. The 2-2 pitch is on the outside corner. Strike 3 called to Fillinger. Again, that may have been a little bit off as well, but Brissy will take the strike 3, and that's his second strikeout.
I think both strikeouts were off the plate. You can always see what the catcher does. Helfrich definitely pulled that one back, and Fillinger did not like that call as well. Brissy's kind of working up himself into a lather. He's got some sweat going on that green hat.
Well, you aren't kidding. That hat's brand new, and he's already sweating right through it. This is Mason Griffin. Going to poke one to the left side. Koschel tries to get it with a dive, and that was kind of a tumble. And the shift-beating ground ball from Mason Griffin is the second hit for the Bears, and they'll turn their lineup over.
I was really watching how Koschel was going to come up after that,
Looked like
dive.
I've
almost like rolled his glove. Let's see that again. See if he doesn't roll that wrist. Oh,
he had other issues too.
The dirt monster over there at first.
But Kojo kind of rolled over that arm and that wrist, and it made me pause for a second.
Sometimes you see those infielders dive, and they've got that glove hand out, and just doesn't look comfortable.
Well, you really don't want to jack something up when you're right in the middle of starting conference play. And let's see this one again, Troy. And this was why.
I think the hand didn't roll over, so I think it made me feel a bit better. It just kind of slid on the grass.
If you say so. There's a wave of a miss by Barber.
I was watching him really close.
I was
to see if he was going to, move that, put that his throwing hand and hold his wrist, but he never did.
Barber, the Aurora, Colorado native, walked and scored in the top of the first inning. Takes one, so the count goes to 2-2. 313 a year ago. Brissy's next pitch, chopped down the third base line. Nice snag by Pompey. Strong and accurate throw.
Good throw,
in time
Pompey.
to retire Barber.
Good to see that
and
defense.
In the inning. Nice play from Pompey. Bears strand a runner, 2-2 as we go to the bottom of the second.
Pompey can handle himself in that field. We just need his bat to get going, and he's gonna be he'll be just fine. Brissy looked a lot better in that second inning. Yeah, I agree, JK. That's dedication. When you at the game and you still come on the stream and chat with us, that's awesome. We had a couple other do that. XD did it and Tiffany did it to one, and they were both at the game at the same time. What do you have in there, YT? Chips? Uh-huh. Oh, I could see.
Glove, who knows? It rolls softly down that left field line. The runner for first might score. So, talk about a big league play. That was one made right there by TJ Pompey.
Indeed. And Troy, last year, you go back to Vahiva at short and Iredale at third. That was a lockdown left side of the diamond.
It really was.
Yeah,
we just saw circus play after circus play by Vahiva Loy.
Here's Nolan Souza, 8-9-1 for Arkansas. Strike one from Haythorne. And listen, when you're talking about infielders last year that robbed hits, not just making the routine play, but taking hits away, it raised the bar from an expectation level. And maybe it's a little bit unfair, but I think you're seeing TJ settle in a bit. I think we've seen that out of Nolan for a week. And, he always has a smile on his face. I think it's a little bigger as of late, just kind of maybe a little bit of the pressure comes off.
I think so. And just that last pitch of him just spitting on that changeup down on the zone. A couple weeks ago, he would have swung at that pitch and been right over the top of it. But just pitch recognition early out of the hand, I think, is key for him. And, boy, I was talking to him today, and I go, it's amazing when you relax at the plate how much better you see the baseball. And he said, yep, you're absolutely right.
Here's the 1-2 from Haythorne. That's really nasty. Breaking ball dumps in for strike three. Credit Haythorne for that big-time pitch.
Boy, that was the best one he's thrown so far today. And you talk about locking a hitter up, and you usually don't see that from a right-handed pitcher to a left-handed batter. But, boy, you talk about just absolutely freezing. And that was right over the heart of the plate, just at the bottom quadrant.
Well, here's Landon Schaefer. His first Arkansas at-bat. We talked about him pinch running and scoring late in Game 3 on Saturday. He was due to bat then after pinch running, but they pinch hit for him. And I'm sure that was a little bit disappointing, but here he is in the lineup. Another Fayetteville product. Last year, he was ranked as the number 70 overall prospect in the country in the class of 2025, but I know the fall didn't necessarily go his way. Arkansas just had some individuals ahead of him, but this is the time of the year, Troy, when some guys have had some at-bats, and maybe if they haven't pulled away, that man can find a way in these midweek games to work some others into the rotation, so to speak.
Well, he plays a really good outfield, really good speed, and so he's just got to calm down at the plate a little bit and have some success. But sometimes you just need a little crack, and you can kind of wedge your way into the lineup.
That's right, and it's hard to be patient. I understand it. I mean, most of these players have never been seated watching games. They've been playing and playing every single day on travel ball, high school teams. And the 2-2 is a little chopper. He can run well. Let's see how well. Haythorne will pick it up, sling it to first. Out at first base is Schaefer, and that was another nice effort from Haythorne. There was a moment where I didn't know if he was going to be able to get there and scoop it and throw it.
Yeah, it just needed to be hit down the third baseline just a little bit more, but you see the athleticism of Mitch Haythorne right here. He kind of fell off to the first base side.
Come on, ESPN, get it
he had
together.
to bare hand that, and then the accurate throw with his body kind of falling towards second base.
If he doesn't bare hand that, he has no chance.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's Ruiz. He homered off the light pole behind the left field bullpen. And it was Arkansas's 25th homer as a team. Hogs are 12th in the SEC in long balls.
Oh, the umpire's going to call that a ball, a time violation. I think the pitcher saw that thing coming down. He's going, I'm going to get rid of this baseball, but it was after the 20 seconds. Pretty smart attempt right there, just didn't work. Then he drops in a breaking ball for 1-1.
Yeah, rolls in the curve for a strike. Arkansas's team batting average, 13th best in the SEC at 285. 9 teams in the league are over 300. That's what you're dealing with. And Ruiz takes one down and out from Haythorne.
Well, I tell you what, for Mississippi State and all their accolades offensively and running 3 sophomore pitchers out there, they all were really good.
Yes, and that's why it was a nice feather in Arkansas's cap to find a way to win that series. Because, again, you go back and you look at pulling away late in game 3 after being down 3-0, that easily could have gone against them.
Yeah,
State's favor.
Really could. Yeah, I think that just talks about the staff of Arkansas. They don't panic. I think the team kind of takes on that as well.
Hard hit to third, and Fillinger trying to play it off his left side, and it's into the corner. Ruiz will cruise to second base, and the ball's stuck in the corner. Ruiz keeps on running. There's the speed, and he makes it to third.
There you go. 2-out triple.
Fillinger turned his body with his back to the foul line to play the ball to the left, and it just skipped right by him. And then Stone had a problem in the left field corner.
Boy, a couple miscues right here by the Bears. The bullet down the line, 94 off the bat, and again you see him, the third baseman Fillinger, try to kind of olay that one, and then this was it really got interesting. The ball got past the left fielder Stone, and boy, Damian Ruiz never broke stride. You talk about a guy that he was going until the defense was going to make him stop.
That's a double and an E7. At one point, his helmet was running faster than a lot of other players might run. It came off his head, but it was still going in the direction of third base.
Yeah, Big Phil, we may see a cycle, huh? He did get no, they gave him a double and an E2, so.
Mike Anderson on his way out to the mound for a quick conversation. And you know, part of playing these midweek games as a mid-major opponent is not to let the big inning kind of get you, or an inning in which it looks like you might put up a 0.
Turbo, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I think so.
Hope
that's
you have a great
really
time.
Good mound visit by Coach Anderson right there. You know, he's got a freshman on the mound, and he's probably saying, hey, don't let these plays get to you. You know, you made a pretty good pitch. The guy just hit it hard. Look at this ball, the bullet down the left field line, and this is where it starts getting interesting. Stone Tries to play that ricochet off the wall and just goes right through his wickets, I think, and that's how Ruiz ends up in third base. Now you can't bury a breaking ball if you're Haythorne.
Koschel hit by a pitch. Well, he did bury one, and Minnick with a great stop. He saved a run.
Well, that's as good as it gets behind the plate. You talk about getting your body out in front of the baseball, and I'm surprised that Camden was able to get out of the way of that pitch.
Is that a changeup?
It had to have been, yeah, 83.
Spin rate way low.
Absolutely, Big Phil. I agree.
And there's the curve that misses, and it's 2-0.
Well, that's a lot of respect for Camden Koschel. And
that's a good question, Fishman. I have to look that up and see.
They know how he's been swinging the bat. And
I know.
Get a
I
runner
think
on
Koschel
third, you
already got
change
one
that
this year.
Breaking ball back to back.
Koschel again 1 for 11 this weekend despite hitting the ball hard. I told him today if there was a drinking game.
No, that's my. She's actually my mom.
Koschel
Real life. Mrs. Sarge is my other half.
There would have been a lot of drunk Razorback fans this past weekend, more so than normal.
You'd have been out and about the 4th inning.
That's right. And he goes, I'm just going to keep hitting the ball hard. Well, he's seen 3 out of the zone after he was hit by a pitch in the first. And that is ball 4. So, a couple of 2-out base runners for the Razorbacks to bring up Ryder Helfrich.
And we talked about Helfrich and the tough luck weekend he had offensively. Just continues to keep hitting the ball hard to all fields.
Hey, Sarge.
Yeah.
He had his stance
Take
a little
a look.
more closed early on the season. Looks like he's kind of opening up just a little bit more. That front foot is a little behind the back foot. A little bit of an open stance. Let's see if he's still
Did you
doing
tinker
that
a
today.
lot? Maybe moving your feet or your stance closing, or stay the same?
Come on, Ryder.
Stayed the
Big
same,
hit
but
here,
it
buddy.
kinda has the closed stance a little bit more.
That pitch not close, so
I think
that
he
is
hits
5 in a row that I missed.
Sorry, Brad. I think he hits the ball better to right field a little bit with that closed stance, and maybe he's expecting pitches away. With
David, I feel you. I got.
Don't you think that kind of sets in his brain? I want
Dealing
to try
with
to
that
hit the ball to right
myself,
center,
bro.
but I'm fast enough to react in.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's definitely got the great bat speed.
Took a big rip at an 87-mile-an-hour pitch and fouled it into the glove of Minnick.
Hero, what's going on, buddy?
Trying
Good
to
to
get
see
that one
you.
off the light pole in left center field.
Arkansas hasn't led yet tonight. They have runners on the corners and 2 outs. Haythorne ready in the next pitch. And he bends that curve outside. Dare come fastball in against Helfrich?
I don't think so. I think he's going to go keep it sweepers away.
Tend to agree. Bullard had to scoop that, toss to first.
That's a little bit different pick over there by Haythorne. He stepped off the back of the mound, back of the rubber, and then went to first base.
Yeah, I think that was more of a reset.
I'm
then he
sorry
almost
for
threw
all
it
the
away.
glitching,
Yeah, I know.
but that's not us.
Didn't
That's
really throw it
just
there
the
with any conviction,
broadcast.
did he?
That's outside.
Like, that is a pitcher that's not wanting to leave one over the heart of the plate on the fastball and just made sure it was off the plate. But going to see Ryder Helfrich take another big swing right here.
Zach Stewart looms on deck. And that's not close.
Oh, there's
in
a
fact,
run.
It goes over the head of Minnick to the backstop and no chance to get Ruiz. And the wild pitch puts the Razorbacks in front. In Game 3 of that series against State, for a while, Arkansas's best offensive weapon was scoring on wild pitches, and they do it again tonight.
Look how big that triple is, or at least the extra base that Ruiz got right there. That ball almost ricocheted back to the catcher, Minnick, but Ruiz was already crossing home plate before he was able to spin and flip it back to the pitcher.
So Helfrich has walked twice. That means, Troy, he has reached base in 21 straight games. Every single game he has reached either with a hit or a walk. And Zach Stewart made a bid for a 3-run homer his last time in. Shoots one to the left side. Pruski, the shortstop, has one play.
Oh, he's safe.
And
No way.
out of Stewart, Troy, he had to push it running down the line. I don't think anybody wanted to see that. He was hoping to get a base hit.
He looks safe to me.
And the worst case scenario would have been close out and maybe a little bit of a tweak.
Arkansas is challenging me out at first base. The play is under further review.
Yeah, I would
you just
challenge
feel
that
like
too.
when
He
the
looks
play
safe
was
to me.
live, that Pruski got Stewart out by a half a step. And I'll tell you what happened. Pruski wanted to go to second base. He
did.
I am Michael. St. Michael.
Was going to make a throw to second, and there was nobody there. And so then he realizes, oh, I got to go to first base. And people that didn't know what you're referencing was Zach Stewart kind of pulled a groin about a week ago, and there's the strong throw and nice pick right there. I think that's going to be an out at first base.
Might have to see it one more time.
Right here.
Yeah, the heel could be there, but you do see the ball in the glove of.
I'm trying to see if
Bullard.
Stewart hit the front part of the base. I think he did.
I think he did. I think that heel's down, but I think he's going to be out.
He's out.
Let's see if let's roll that one more element to see if that foot is down quite yet, or nope, he's going to be out.
Yeah, he's out.
I mean, that's close, but that's a great play by
Troy, even
Pruski.
that landing for Stewart just makes me a bit squeamish because, again, we've been talking about whether he's 80%,
Nice try,
85,
Stewie.
or 90. He had to push it.
Well, and it's cold tonight, so you're just all the elements are against him. He doesn't seem to be grimacing or
He does
anything
not.
like that, so that's a good sign.
I think he was more irritated that he was called out because you smell a hit at some point. Hit a ball into the teeth of the wind that off the bat we thought might be a homer in the first, but died. And Pruski made the nice play at short, about to get the umpire's explanation.
Definitely out.
After further review, the runner is out at first base. Arkansas has one challenge left.
Well, the Hogs do get a run and a wild pitch to take the lead. Couple of innings complete on. We go to the third from Baum.
Good hustle, though, Stewie. Yeah, we just don't want him to get hurt again because we need him in the lineup for sure. Yeah, that was a good call. Actually, realize a lot of times that will actually slow you down. If you just run through the bag, you'll go faster. He said, "Never say that again." We appreciate almost all 700 of you in here. We got 690 watching, 685 on YouTube, and well, let me rephrase that. 629 now on YouTube and 5 on Twitch. Appreciate you over there on Twitch watching the game with us. We have enough in here to break a record if you can get them to do it. It's on the chat. The chat knows what the
We went
record
from
is.
7:15 to 6:29 real quick.
Yeah. Commercials, I bet.
It's been a long time again since these teams have played. Back in 08, Barack Obama elected president. It's a young-looking Obama. Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt shined at the Beijing Olympics for the U.S. and Jamaica. The Phillies won the World Series. They took down the Tampa Bay Rays. It looks cold in Philly, and there's Brad Lidge celebrating the final out. Kansas won the NCAA basketball championship. They beat a coach by the name of Calipari with Bill Self in 08. And then Fresno State, they were a 4 seed. And they
No
won
problem, Reese.
the
Appreciate you
College World
coming
Series. They were a 4 seed
in and being part of the show.
Go all the way to Omaha and win it.
They just got hot, and that's what can happen.
Hey, we appreciate you, St. Michael.
You just get hot at the right time.
I know there's been a lot of you guys sharing us in
Meanwhile,
other
Steel Eves draws
Razorback
on the
chats
pitch here in
out
the
there,
third
so
inning.
I sure appreciate
You
that.
might only see him go an inning. He's the guy that Dave Van Horn and Matt Hobbs really rely on. Just a really good strike thrower. He's
All
gonna
right,
sit.
we got Steel
That
Eves on the
fastball's
mound now.
Up a couple of miles an hour from a season ago. He's 93, 94 with that fastball with some good run away from lefties.
2, 3, and 4. Stone walked and scored in the
Ooh,
first.
good
He'll
pitch.
wave and miss here. I enjoyed that flashback. It's been a while since
I like
this
watching the
program's
snap of
been
his
played.
wrist when he
You
throws.
saw Lidge there with the Phillies down on his knees celebrating getting the save of the World Series. He was with me in Houston for a few years before he ended up going to Philly. And on the night my daughter was born, he got the
Excuse
save,
me.
and he retired Pujols, and Pujols had his number back then.
Goodness,
Pujols had a ball
Sarge.
towards the,
No, I'm just
the
kidding.
hill and
Yeah,
center.
no,
It
that was
caught for
it.
an out. So the next day I went to
That
Lidge,
Peach
and I
water.
said,
Water.
"Hey, do you have that baseball?" He said, "I sure do." I said, "Can I have it?" And he signed it for my daughter.
that would
since
come-
it was
that
the
come
day
out of
of
nowhere,
that.
too.
Very cool.
And
No
now
warning.
we're trying to figure out where that ball's
I was
at.
going to say, does Kate still have it?
Well, that's the problem. She had it, and if I had it, then I would know where it's at.
Right.
Two-strike pitch to Stone, and that one again is served down the line, and it'll be out of play.
He hung that one too.
Nice
Back
job
row
by
of
Stone.
seats.
By Stone right here, spoiling a couple pitchers' pitches, and
And I wish everything cost the
Might
way it
see
did back
Eves
in 2008.
be a
That'd be
little
nice.
more precise with this 0-2 pitch. He threw that one kind of over the middle of the heart of the plate and kind of got away with one.
He's through 2 scoreless innings in Game 3 of that series. But again, that was Saturday rather than Sunday, so Arkansas got an off day. We're able to do a few things on Monday, and now he's pitching midweek. And as you mentioned, I would imagine it'll be an inning.
This is probably his bullpen day, so
But
instead of
it's-
throwing a pin, he's on the bump.
It is a little bit unique when you start allocating pitchers. And there's a chopper towards short. Kojal's going to have to come get it. Scoop through on the run. Out at first is Stone, and I thought he was safe. Will Northern Colorado challenge this one?
Yeah, I think so.
He looks safe to me too.
Kojal was deep, and he really had to charge. He played through that baseball, but it was tough to get a lot on the throw, and Coach Anderson says, sure, let's go ahead and
Northern
Take a look.
Colorado is challenging the play at first base. The play is under further review.
for the previous challenge just a moment ago.
He gets
Against
messed up when he hears
Arkansas,
his
so they
voice,
lost one
too.
of their 2. And
Yeah.
our crew here of Sean Arthur and
I
Mark
can't
Wagers,
stand that.
Joshua Nolan and Joshua Shepard's behind the plate, and 2 of the 4 will go down into the pit of confusion, and we'll take a look as well.
Yeah, I think this is being a left-handed batter makes the difference. Stone with some good speed, and I like
it
how
just
he ran
wasn't hit hard
through the
enough.
base right here, and there's that
Yeah,
foot.
he's safe.
Yeah, I think that's
I
safe.
do too. For a while, as we were watching that play unfold, I thought it was easily going to be safe, and it shows you how close so many of these are, because at the very end, when you slow it down, I mean, it is what you might term as a bang-bang play.
Reese,
Okay, here's
appreciate
something
you
to think about
subscribing.
here.
Welcome to the SAR Squad.
You don't have 6'3" Reese Robinette
Brock,
over there at first base, and
welcome to the
Rudabar
SAR Squad.
really
Appreciate
doesn't
you
get into a stretch
very
until
much.
after he catches that ball. Look, he's almost standing straight up when that ball is going in the glove. If that's Reese Robinette, he's stretching out farther,
You're right,
and that's going to be an out.
because
And watch,
for
look where
Rutenbar standing on top of the base.
I just was going to say that. Yeah, his foot was on top of the base instead of on the edge.
After
cool,
further
Jackie.
review, the runner at first base is safe. Northern Colorado has 2 challenges remaining.
What do we say over and over again, belaboring the fact it's a game of inches?
That's exactly right. Definitely good.
That last angle was the one, again, that
This
describes
is-
it pretty well.
Yeah, this is going to be a discussion for Rutenbar over there to say, hey, son, you got to get closer
Well,
to
he should be
the
standing on
throw
the edge of the
and go out
bag,
and
not on
meet it.
top of the bag and stretching.
Again, he's learning. Jake Bullard socks one to left. Ruiz will have to come in to make the catch and retire Bullard, and there's one out. Remember, Rutenbar in high school was a catcher, and when he wasn't catching, he played some third and maybe a little bit of first.
Mr. Top,
I saw
absolutely. I can't
Goodwin
wait till
here
Thursday
earlier.
night.
Maybe Gage
Or
can go
afternoon,
teach
Thursday
Rutenbar
afternoon.
play first after he worked with Kojo last year. Wasn't he the first base coach for the Razorbacks, the 12-year-old?
I think he was, yeah. Yeah, the 6th grader out there giving infield tips. It's like, no, you got to line up this way.
He's got another
Carter.
pupil.
Well, a lot of guys go there and ask her, what they need to do at the plate.
I do have a men's
lasers?
bracket,
Yeah,
real life.
hit
Yes.
lasers. Hit bombs.
And I could help out with that. Just hit some lasers. Gage down there someplace. He was working on his swing earlier. Easton Bryant knocked in a run with a single in the first. One of 3 hits for the
I
Bears.
filled it out with my Hogs glasses on. I'll tell you that.
Gilbert, Arizona native. By the way, this week it's going to be 107 degrees in Phoenix, and we started tonight at 53, and I wouldn't be surprised if soon we won't be in the 40s. That's close at first, but Stone, who's just had a horrendous stolen base
Well,
percentage.
I can tell you it's
this year,
49
might
right
be
now
better served
where I'm at.
staying right
and
there.
I'm not far from
Well, you got a
Fayetteville.
left-hander at the plate as well too, so you want to leave that big hole.
I
When
was
you're
actually
1 for 6 stealing bases, you have no business
non-commissioned
playing
officer
ever.
in the
That's a wave and a
military,
miss.
St. Michael.
You want to be successful,
Right.
I don't know, 70, 75% of the time, not 16%.
Well, the team came in, I think he had 5 of the 6 caught stealings.
Yep, that's not getting good jumps.
And that's a really good point. You know, some guys can be fast running in a straight line. Stealing a base is totally different. It is all about reads and your reaction time.
I'm wondering if maybe there was a pickoff at some point where you hold and you don't get that secondary hop jump. we may find out on the fly here, but you never want to make it out on the bases when you can help it. 2-2 pitch, served down the line and left and out of play because, listen, base running is been kind of a lost art in college baseball, and I know they run the bases more so in a small ball manner than a lot of the teams do at the big league level. But to me, sometimes it's instincts on when to tag and when to go halfway and all those things that come into play that we see on an everyday basis.
Yeah, it's just kind of your baseball IQ of being a base runner, and you know, like you said, how to make reads, and you just kind of have to study the game and understand situations. Already kind of think in your head what's going to happen. You know, if this happens, I do this, so you don't have to think about it.
Off and rolling now is Stone, but on a 3-2 pitch, and Eves misses outside. So Bryant works the walk, and the Bears have a couple of base runners aboard in this third inning for Logan Pruski.
Pruski made that first strikeout, the first out of the inning for the Bears, and that was a pitch that was way off the plate.
Yeah, that one hurt for Northern Colorado. Pruski chops one to third. Pompey gets it on the short hop and slings it to first. So Pompey's made a couple of nice, somewhat do-or-die plays. Both runners move up, though, in a scoring position with 2 outs.
Well, watch how aggressive TJ Pompey is right here. He does not let this ball eat him up on a long hop. He goes and gets it on the short hop, and man, you can't play third base any better than he's playing it right now. He seems like a guy that is, you know, exuding confidence.
Here's Zeke Minnick. He rolled into the double play that ended the first after 2 runs had scored, and his coach said about him, he goes every direction on the field. Does a good job spraying the ball around the yard. Came in hitting .423, and this is another play at third base. Another pick from Pompey, and a throw that's going to pull Rutenbar. No, they're going to get the out. It looked like maybe Rutenbar came off the bag on that strong throw from Pompey. You got to believe the Bears are going to take a look at this one as well. Troy, I was watching Mark Wagers. I was just waiting for him.
Challenging the out of first base. The play is under further review.
Maybe to say Carter came off the bag, but the call on the field was
Yeah,
out.
Fishman,
Yeah,
I'm not
can't
that
imagine
controversial,
he was
to be
able
honest with
keep
you.
his foot on the bag, but the one thing I think that TJ Pompey just really rushed that
it, yeah.
play. I mean, watch how much time when he gets the ball and makes his throw. Look how far away the runner is down the first base line. Maybe he did do that. That if he was able to keep it on, that's a great job by a not tall first baseman in Carter Rutenbar.
Talking about this being a game of inches, and let's see this one again. This might be a little better angle if we can slow it down. I say no.
Whew, I think that foot looks like that toe came off. You could tell he was dragging it
Yep, let's
across
see,
the
let's
top.
see.
But again, this is,
Oh!
oh my goodness.
Look at that. That toe might have been in contact with the base.
We are getting all over Carter Rutenbar for not being tall. Something you can't control, but that's about as far as he can go on the stretch.
He's out.
And it looked like that toe was on the base. And keep in mind, this is worth a run at
Yeah.
least.
This is pretty quick.
After further review, the runner is out at first base. Northern Colorado has 1 remaining.
There you go. Pompey and Rutenbar pulled off that play. Eves puts up a 0 in the third. Couple of reviews.
Good play. He stretched it out there as far as he could. All 5'9", 5'10" of him. Razorhawk 13, appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Clint Chandler, welcome into the channel. Appreciate it. Appreciate it, Reese.
I played, I was crazy. So it's a little bit of everything.
He is from a family of rugby players. His sister Angeline, a Team USA captain, went to Life University. Dad and his family, rugby players. It's interesting, though. I think it came so easy for Micah that the reason he chose baseball is because he didn't have success all the time.
Yeah, I think
there's
so.
more failure.
You've got to be tough, and that's an understatement to play rugby.
He did say he was crazy when he played rugby. But here's Micah, drove in a run with a bounce out in the third inning. I think the one aspect I talked to him about, is there any translation between the two sports? And they do seem different. And he did say, I scored all the time, for whatever that's worth. I think it's the first two steps quickness. You know, as an outfielder, you need that quick twitch, the ability to get a good break. And I think in rugby, you're doing it out of self-preservation. You're trying to get away from everybody.
Yeah, you better be explosive on those first couple steps or you're going to get hurt.
RBI for New was his 20th back in the first inning. Off the fist, will bounce one to third. Fillinger's got it. A little bit of a double clutch, and then his throw to first is in time. Bullard on the other end. How many close plays at first are we going to have tonight?
Boy, just a few little bit of a bobble in the way New runs down the line. He was like wondering if they should try to challenge that, but I think the ball
appreciate you
just beat him.
subscribing. No lie, dudes.
Out for a few innings.
I think so.
Welcome.
Really strong throw by Fillinger after that little bobble.
Here's Rutenbar. He walked in the first. Floats right at the top of the zone for a called strike. You ever play any rugby, Troy?
I have not.
You're way too
watched
soft
it.
to play rugby.
Oh, that's obvious.
Rutenbar will wave and miss at the off-speed pitch.
There's a dandy change right there by Haythorne.
That had some
bite
vertical
to it.
drop too.
Yeah. About 21 inches of horizontal break. Man.
And he almost got Rutenbar with a breaking ball that came in.
Rutenbar looks like a guy that could play some rugby.
I would agree. I think he might be dangerous.
Oh, no worries, no lie. Appreciate that very much.
Kind of looks like he'd be a little bit of a kamikaze out there.
I could see that. I mean, again, a high school quarterback in the Metroplex area, Midlothian, Texas.
He's one of those guys, the quarterbacks, if you threw a pick that you better watch out, he's going to probably light someone up.
Haythorne from that full windup again, handles the comebacker, and he made that play off to his side as he was starting to come down the mound towards first, but retires Rutenbar. Fielded his position nicely, and there's 2 outs.
We've seen some athleticism.
No sound.
Haythorne, we saw the swinging
You
butt
got
by Landon
sound,
Schaefer that he
YT?
bounced off the mound and made a great throw, and then that one right there, some cat-like reflexes.
Yeah, they're sound.
Pompey bounced
Okay,
to
I
short.
was gonna say, I got
It's only
sound.
time in. Had a number of plays over at third base so far tonight through 3 innings. The one thing our social media teams do is capture some of the words from Dave Van Horn to his team after big wins. And they were waiting for Pompey. I'm not sure if he was doing an interview, but he came over and joined the team Friday night after the walk-off homer and all the
I was in
fireworks.
Iraq, Bill Islands.
That's into left for a base hit. So Pompey singles between Fillinger and Pruski. And Dave said, here's a man who's been through hell, and he's just gone to heaven. And, you know, obviously it wasn't a great deal of fun. And, you know, I took a look into the parent section before the game, and it's pretty easy usually to identify family members because they're wearing jerseys and names and numbers of their kids or their sisters or brothers.
Buttons or whatever.
Yep,
Right?
you're right. Buttons too. And there were a couple of people in the second row wearing Pompey jerseys, and I thought, you know, here's the family waiting to see the first game. He wasn't in the lineup, and then he gets the walk-off homer. There's Souza, and what a thrill it must have been for them too.
Oh yeah, that's going through all the bus rides and tutoring sessions and oh man, weekends away and a lot of money spent travel baseball.
Souza told me his parents are coming for the Georgia series, which will be kind of a full circle moment too, because remember it was last year at Georgia in which he
Hurt
had
that shoulder.
the injury.
I think Pompey was leaning right there. He kind of flinched towards second base and then dove back in. He's got a really healthy lead, and he's getting a lot of attention over there at first base.
But for Souza, you know, his parents late last year, they canceled some of the trips. They were coming late in the year, and then, of course, he wasn't healthy. I think they came for a surgery. Pompey will run, but Minnick doesn't handle the ball, so TJ gets the bases, second in 3 tries.
Appreciate it,
and he's
Michael.
in scoring position with 2
Thank you.
outs, and really love running with 2 outs just to be in a position where a base hit could provide a run.
Yeah, you're going to see that a little bit more this season with the Razorbacks. Again, just don't quite have the thump of the team of a year ago. They're going to try to get guys into scoring position whenever they can. Again, that's the pitch right there that Souza was swinging at early on in the season, and his pitch recognition has gotten so much better.
You give yourself one swing on a fastball here to
Oh, yeah.
come unglued.
Yeah, I got it. You can't be late on the fastball in this situation. If you swing way early, so what? You're still 2 balls, 1 strike.
Haythorne hasn't thrown many. He does there, but he runs it up and out. Now it's 3-0. Landon Schaefer on deck. Kind of a quiet, cool night at the ballpark.
The Bears have got a left-hander
What's going on, Sprite?
in the bullpen warming up.
.30 pitch.
Bruce Hill, appreciate you for
bottom of the
subscribing.
zone for a
Thank you
called
very
strike.
much.
So if you're Souza and you're feeling good, you're kind of glad that that call went away against you, because now you have an opportunity to swing.
St. Patrick's Day Hogs fan, and you are welcome, sir.
That's ball 4, similar spot, a little bit further in and down, and a couple of 2-out base runners. Now for Landon Schaefer. Schaefer hit a dribbler towards the pitcher, and Haythorne barehanded it, made a play back in the second. His father, by the way, coaches on the Mizzou women's
Cajun.
staff after being here for a number of years under Mike Neighbors, and Mizzou is on the road for the WBIT playing at Seton Hall. So he's not here, but Landon has a brother, Will, who's a talented baseball player over at Fayetteville High School. Getting his first start, looking for his first hit. Also looking to pick up Pompey from second base, add to this 1-run Razorback lead. It's off the corner, 2-0. Does feel like Haythorne is missing much more than he's finding the zone here in the last 20 pitches or so.
Yeah, the velocity's taking a little bit of a dip, and I think he's trying to be a little too fine with each one of those pitches.
I think so too. 63 pitches in. 2-0, runs over the inside corner for a strike because that fastball velocity started at about 88, 89, right? And it's down to 86-ish.
I think he even hit 90 a little bit. But
We can get it put in the chat, Maranatha.
A little bit up and in on Schaefer.
YT can get the Discord link and put it in the chat. If you would for me, sir. I'd appreciate it.
Back to second. No throw.
You can only do that no throw once. If you spin back toward second base, you got to throw the baseball the next time.
I appreciate it, real life. Oh, he
Runners
took
go.
off stealing.
Schaefer hits one foul outside of third. That was off the hands. And the count 2-2. So Pompey and
There you go,
Souza.
Maranatha. The link is in the chat right there for you.
We're off and moving.
The job of the runner at first base is to always watch what the lead runner does. If he takes off, you take off. That was a pitch up and in, well off the plate, and probably ball 3.
That's a balk, isn't it? Or did
Went to first base.
Bullard did get back there to take that throw. He was behind Souza, and I thought for a second Haythorne might not throw the ball. You hate to throw to a moving target.
Yeah, that was a really good play by Bullard over at first base. You can see that Haythorne said, I dodged a bullet right there, almost threw that one away.
Runners go again. Down and out, ball 3. Troy, I think it's a little bit easier for Arkansas to put the wheels in motion because, A, Haythorne isn't
throwing nothing
really
but breaking
hard. He's throwing
balls.
so many breaking pitches.
Right, a lot of off speed. And I almost think if you're Landon Schaefer, you're probably going to get something off speed right here.
That's 3 stolen bases in the inning for the Hogs. 3-2. Haythorne ready with a payoff. Here it comes, and that's outside and low. That's ball 4. And the bases are loaded. The Beer Hats come out for the top of the lineup in Damian
Beer Hats,
Ruiz.
baby. Beer
Really
Hats in
good
the
take
chat.
by Landon Schaefer again. You talk
You're a
about
member,
his
you got
first
Beer
start
Hats.
as a Razorback.
Emojis.
You want to make something happen. It's really easy to try to hit that pitch and swing at it.
Well, this is how Arkansas started their bottom of the first inning. Damian Ruiz, first Razorback homer off the light pole. He would follow it up with a double in the second. So batting for the 3rd time here in the 3rd inning, but it might not be against Haythorne. There's 67 pitches in. Arkansas has loaded them up after New and Rutenbar were quickly retired to start this inning. Surely he's going to make a pitching change.
Yeah, he
isn't
already
John?
did.
Okay, there we go.
Down. They're going to bring in a lefty.
He just officially took the baseball. New pitcher coming in. We'll step aside, tell you about the new Bear Hurler right after this.
And we'll be right back to tell you about the new pitcher right after these messages from Major Razor. We don't do commercials on this channel. Appreciate all 840 of you back with us on YouTube. 9 of you over on Twitch. Appreciate you. If you would like to support the channel, you can back out, hit that like button. We well short of 200 still. I know we can do better than that. We're only batting 190. Come on, chat. We better batters than that. We want to bat at least 300, 350. Yeah, I'm sorry. You don't have to worry about Twitch.
Did. Meanwhile, Gus Allred is on the pitch. He is a Wyoming native, a senior, on the throw with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he's going to try to get out of a jam. He's going to sit in the upper 80s with that fastball. You see the numbers right there. The little bit of control issue with the 7 walks, but the 12 punch outs in the 7 and the 3rd innings.
What would Norm have done if you would have slammed your bat down thinking you had a walk-off home run?
You may not see the field for the rest of the season.
Or
He'd have probably chased you with that bat in his hand.
Bob T, appreciate you for subscribing.
Sure
Thank you very much. Asher, appreciate you becoming a member of the Star
Ruiz looking for
Squad.
his 3rd hit. Bases full of
Ooh,
Razorbacks.
John, also.
And Ruiz
Welcome in,
takes that
soldier.
a little bit outside from the Western Nebraska Community College product. Gus Allred there in Scottsbluff. Two and 0. He needs a strike, and Ruiz knows that. And he threw the breaking ball, and he missed.
We're
Boy,
going
that's
to walk
pretty
him right in.
unusual
We'll take
going
it.
off
Come on
speed
now.
with a 2-0 count. Now he's dug himself in
Be
a hole.
selective there, Ruiz.
DVH is always known not
He's
to
taking all the
give
way
us
here.
green light on 3-0, especially with bases loaded.
A 2-0 breaking ball with the bases loaded.
There we go. There's a free one.
That's ball 4. All of this coming with 2 outs. The Razorbacks get a freebie, and it's 4-2 Arkansas.
That's an easy way to pick an RBI, his 2nd of the game for Damian Ruiz.
Now listen, I know Northern Colorado had a couple of series that really obscured their numbers. One was in New Mexico, but Troy, they entered play tonight with a team earned run average of 9.61.
Yeah, that series against New Mexico sounded like they had some wind-blown home runs, and a borderline call right there that went against Camden Kojal.
Kojal hadn't seen a strike all night. He was hit by a pitch. He walked on 4 pitches in the 2nd. He scored a run. Lefty-lefty matchup. Big numbers with runners in scoring position for Camden. That one's high. Barber is out there on the grass in right. Quite a ways behind the edge of the infield dirt. Sousa at 3rd, Schaefer at 2nd, and Ruiz at 1st. So really good speed on the bases for the Razorbacks. And Kojal waves and misses at a breaking ball down and out of the zone.
Really good pitch by Allred right there. The bottom just kind of fell out of that one.
One and 2 to Kojal. Next pitch. He made up his mind late to pull the trigger on that one. He almost took it out of the glove of the catcher. Minnick rolls it foul.
Not really sure how he hit that ball.
Not
That was
either.
right under his hands. It was about 6-8 inches off the plate inside, and Kojal kind of made up his mind late. He goes, I'm not going to get punched out.
No.
I'm going to make some contact. You see the shortstop, Pruski, playing up the middle as well, trying to take away that ball right over the bag.
Bases full of Razorbacks. 2 and 2 now to Kojal.
I don't think Allred's thrown anything straight to Kojal today in this at-bat.
Front door breaking ball misses.
Now the base runner's going to get a head start.
I tell you what, anything that gets to the gap would score 3 here.
This is one of those times you got to make sure the pitcher goes to the plate. It's going out of the windup too.
Runners get a tremendous break, and the 3-2 misses in. That is back-to-back. Bases loaded, walks. It's 5-2 Arkansas. Sousa was taking a long route to the plate. He just about got there to where he would have been about 15 feet away from the dish.
Well, I saw that, and it made me a little nervous. I'm saying you're getting a little too close. If he pokes one down that third base line, it might take out Nolan.
Troy, I know you don't want to give up a big swing with the bases loaded, but at some point you got to challenge somebody, don't you?
Yeah, I think so. He was just kept nibbling with that breaking ball, and there's another one right there.
Helfrich has walked twice. (5-2) Razorbacks. Remember, the first 2 Hogs were quickly retired on ground ball outs. And that one got a chunk of Minnick.
You got to protect the McNuggets.
This is not a night you want to.
No.
It's just way too cold. And
I need a
this pitch was up
grand
and away.
slam.
Oh, there's never
Oh,
a
the
night.
McNuggets.
Doesn't matter how warm or cold. That you can sustain
No.
anything in that vicinity.
Oh, he went straight to grabbing them,
Ooh.
too.
Honestly, Minnick's doing much better than anybody in this booth would have survived that.
Helfrich's like, hey, don't worry, man. My plums got smashed not long ago, too, so I feel you.
Tell you what, you got to be tough as a catcher. There's no doubt about it.
You might have to be a little bit crazy, going back to that rugby conversation.
I was going to
with
say, little Micah New action going on. Well, Helfrich saw a pitch up in the zone, and that's what he was waiting for.
That's
he saw
it, Pacer.
Low breaking balls to Camden Koschel, and his eyes lit up, and that was the very top.
Yeah,
of
he
the
did,
strike zone.
Deja.
2 runs without a hit this inning. Big wave and a miss from Ryder.
Fishman said I literally had
Well, if you're
McNuggets for
Landon
lunch.
Schaefer, you might be on your toes over there at third base, because I wouldn't be surprised if Gus Allred tries to bury a breaking ball down in the dirt right here.
Schaefer at third, Ruiz at second, Koschel at first. He did. And Minnick came up with it.
I think that's exactly what Bobby Wernis is telling him, getting his ear saying, hey, be on your toes for a ball, pass ball, wild pitch.
10 balls, 5 strikes for Allred. There's a chopper up the middle. Pruski will get there, goes to the bag to force Koschel. And it ends a strange inning, which Arkansas gets 2 runs without a hit, and they left the bases
And we've been
loaded.
doing that a lot lately. We need that big hit. Well, we've been scoring runs when we unearned runs. Big L, what's going on, man? Good to see you.
I was really hoping for a home run right there.
Yeah, I was too. Just trying to hit that oh my God button, man. Come on. We only got to hit it once in the last like 3 or 4 games.
Oh my God.
We'll get to hit it tomorrow, though, I bet. It's going to be a nice warm day tomorrow, almost 85. It's going to be ridiculously warm tomorrow up here in our neck of the woods. Hey, chat, would y'all be mad if I didn't do a stream because I went to a game? I would never do that, but I was just wondering. I can't go to a game, but yeah, Michael, that is absolutely. We should have had hammered some runs in on that because that was the heart of our lineup for sure. Patriot says no. Get you some fresh air. Yeah, I do. I need that, brother. I ain't gonna lie about that. Oh, absolutely. I would definitely bring. We would do a live after if I was ever to go to one and get back. We would have a live show.
Want to make sure it's gone. You just no doubt when.
Well, the Hogs have gone to the bullpen as we go to the top of the 4th inning.
Cajun says take a battery
Jackson
pack.
Kirchner.
Big-bodied right-handers.
With my problems, Cajun, that would just make it impossible for me to go to a game for sure.
I'll be right back, Sarge.
You're good.
Mooser, the right fielder, 7-8-9. Arkansas got a couple of runs on one hit last inning.
Reese, you are correct, sir.
Walks. Pompey had the
Arkansas weather is drunk.
And then Kircher comes on replacing Eves. He is the third pitcher, and there's his numbers and limited opportunities this season. It's interesting, though, Troy, talking about some of those dramatics in the league with that walk-off win from Vanderbilt. They won the series.
I know you would, brother.
LSU
I know you're a legend.
16-9 on Sunday to avoid being swept. Georgia won that series against Tennessee. How are we feeling about Arkansas falling behind Mississippi State in the coaches' poll, of all things?
Yeah,
that a little bit on?
That doesn't really make any sense, but you know what? It really, polls don't really matter. It's just what happens at the end of the season.
Spoken like a true coach. That one is shot out to left, and Ruiz will glide over and make the catch.
Catch Ruiz.
SEC had 11 teams ranked this week, but LSU fell out. It has been an odd beginning for the Tigers, to say the least.
You just feel like that Jay Johnson will right that ship sooner than later.
You know who surprised me, though, maybe a little bit? Oklahoma and Auburn, with how highly they have been ranked. And those were a couple of teams that maybe a few years ago you're not necessarily thinking about, as the freshman Fillinger takes a strike, when it was, you know, Arkansas and LSU and maybe one of the Missouri schools and possibly a Florida or Texas, whatever the case may be. And then all of a sudden now it's Oklahoma and Auburn amongst others. Missouri, I think, is improved on what they did in the last couple of weeks leading into conference play. So there aren't many easy weekends at all. Maybe Arkansas has the easiest coming up, and even hate to say that because you know it's on the road.
Yeah, that's right. You know, teams always play really well at home, and you're right. Missouri gave Auburn all they wanted and then some. You talk about just squeaking out some wins. I mean, Auburn swept the series, but it was definitely not easy against the Tigers.
Fillinger struck out looking as
he's out.
Did he offer
That's
a quick
a swing.
appeal? Yes, says Mark Wagers. Now, Florida played South Carolina.
Yeah, they started out like 2 or
weekend.
something freshmen, and they're out of completely out of the top 20 now.
SEC teams.
Or top 25, I mean.
15, Arkansas 4. They really didn't get penalized for losing that game on Monday to Stetson. It kind of occurred after the polls were out, but Texas, too. They lost their first game to Ole Miss before winning the series. There's Auburn. There's Oklahoma. Kentucky's been on the rise as of late as well, as Mark Griffin takes a strike. So it's a gauntlet, and to try to finish my thought on South Carolina. Mason had a single back in the second, one of 3 hits for the Bears. But
this guy's
South
bringing
Carolina
it with 96.
Got their only hit with, I think, 2 outs in the 9th inning and lost 1-0 in 10. They got shut out the next day 3-0 with 3 hits. They got 3 runs on Sunday, but they were run ruled 13-3 as Griffin takes one in. So they're coming off scoring 3 runs, and they had 2 games where they only had 4 hits.
Wow.
You know they're going to want to find more offense for this weekend against Arkansas.
Yeah, and Arkansas's pitching staff is the starters have looked really good in a super deep bullpen.
1-2 to Griffin. Dribbled towards first. Kircher's going to have to go over and cover. Did he find the bag? He did. Rutenbar to Kircher.
Good job, boys.
And the Bears go in order. We go to the bottom of the 4th.
Come on, let's get the bats going and get this game over with. Show these boys what they're messing with. Connor, what's going on, buddy? Maybe we need the Major Razor power. We'll switch to powering up. Give the boys some luck. Stewie coming up.
You know, you just want to keep him healthy on a cold day like today, but boy, he is swinging the bat well.
Facing a left-hander here, and he fouls one away over into the camera well near our crew. And this was the one thing early in the season. I wasn't sure how much Stewart was going to play. And then if he was going to be in the lineup, would it be against right-handers? And obviously they made a pitching change to a lefty.
Ooh, that's a good question, Big Phil. But that would be cool if they did.
With Stewart is, you know, he's got so many college at-bats, and you can always tell those veteran hitters, they just do a much better job of not swinging at pitches outside the zone. See that was a take right there that was outside, and I think that was definitely a good take, but call went against him.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of experience, a lot of at-bats with all those numbers. For the Lebanon, Missouri native. Got a piece of that one and fouled it back. Even when you start to think about the number of games in which Zach Stewart has had a multi-hit game, 2 or more, he's had 56 multi-hit games.
That's
in his
a
career.
lot.
Leading off this inning, and he's going to shoot one out to left, and that'll drop for a base hit. So that makes up for.
Hey, Maranatha, appreciate you becoming a member.
Back in the second, and Troy, he seems to be moving a little bit better than he did this past weekend on Friday night when he had to get down the line, and it was a little bit uncertain.
Yeah, he's running much better. Even before the game started, I kind of saw him bouncing around in the outfield and, you know, running around the bases and working on tagging up and things like that. But yeah, he just moved with a lot less pain.
And gets the base hit off the lefty. So here's Mike Anu, couple of bounce outs to third, does have an RBI. Talked about Mike and his rugby background. I think he told me that his father, who's in Australia, has figured out how to watch these games. So
very good.
He's watching. I have no clue what hour it is there. But thanks for tuning in. That one fouled away.
You can watch this boy play on Razorback Live with the Sarge. We do every game. Mike and Newt, tell your dad.
We do to try and follow our kids.
You know about that, don't you?
A little bit. Fan got that baseball without too much problems. That's not close. From Allred outside, 2-1.
I just feel like Mike and News due to take one out of the park.
Hey, Brady, what's going on, buddy?
Get something middle in. Drive that ball to left field.
There you go.
That's smoked to short, taken on the bounce by Pruski, and that is going to be a double play.
That was
Scoop
smoked.
by Buller and the throw from Barber. That was hit 109 off the bat of Mike Anu, and it results in 2 outs.
He can't hit the ball any harder, but he just kind of tomahawked that thing, and boy, that's a really nice play by Pruski out there at shortstop. That thing had some top spin on it, and he just backed up and took the big hop and made that look easy.
Carter Rutenbach takes a strike. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Catcher Minnick sets up on that outside edge, and that one is shot down the line and left over near the Sweets. Ricocheting around. I think the chase is on. Someone else got a baseball. These are well populated down the line, and that was a incoming. I think it was Hobbs who told the network crew sometime Saturday. That one is smoked into center for a base hit, so Rutenbach gets the single. That double play looms a little bit larger now. Said his family sits out on that ledge and right every once in a while when Zach Stewart hit that home run.
Maranatha just gifted a membership, so you got Pacer got the membership
the other night and talking about bullets.
Thank you, Maranatha, for gifting the membership.
Allred almost speared that
and Temple
thing.
Strike Zone, welcome into the channel.
Bar gets the base hit knock.
Thank you for subscribing.
We did have the single in that 2-run third inning. Made a couple of nice plays defensively at third. He's also bounced to short. All of a sudden, that average for Pompey's up to 237.
Well, we always start hitting
where
with
that
2
was
outs.
Maybe a week or so ago. That's looking pretty good and on the rise.
Let's do this with no outs.
And he just really is squaring the baseball up, and you can tell that body's not floating forward toward the pitcher. When that happens, your hands drag, and when your hands drag, then you got to start that swing earlier. And I think he was just you're going to be late if you don't start that swing early, and almost guessing.
You know, I think it's something that young hitters really do. They feel like they have to go get the ball rather than let it come to them. Trust me, the ball will get to you.
Yeah, it will.
It will get to you at a hitting spot. It was interesting talking with Nate Thompson briefly after BP. He said it's kind of always a rotating scenario where there's a couple of guys who aren't feeling well, then they get better, then it's somebody else that you got to go work on. It's that rotation of misery, I guess.
Job security for a hitting coach.
Mile-high fly ball to center. Griffin looks up into the nighttime sky, staggers a bit, but makes the catch.
Just missed
You
it.
hit that one well, but got too far underneath.
Appreciate you, Robert.
Out. Arkansas couple of hits.
Absolutely. Woo pig, my brother. We are now batting 234. Chat, we are batting 234. No wonder we're only winning by 2. Tell them, real life.
They hosted number 7 Southern Miss and won the series. Remember, Southern Miss was 16-0, and then TCU over in the Big 12 lost a rubber match to Arizona State.
First shutout in 77 games.
That's a long time.
Crazy.
Of course, they play at the old spring training facility of the Oakland Athletics. But Arkansas State, Troy, in fact, I think, at least in Baseball America, the first time ever that they have been ranked, and they're ranked ahead of Tennessee. So if I would have told you a month ago, hey, you know, mid-March, Arkansas State would be ranked ahead of Tennessee, you would have said to me,
I thought you were a little tipsy.
I'm tipsy. Well done. I was waiting to see if you'd bring it all back together.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Here's Brett Barber, but Coach Silva has that program on the rise, and I think that makes baseball in this state better.
It really does, and the administration is behind Coach Silva there in Jonesboro, and like he said when he was here in Fayetteville, he said, well, the town's got a buzz now about this team.
And keep in mind, next Tuesday,
That's true, Carla.
I think it's a couple of weeks, that Arkansas will face Little Rock, and of course they had their postseason successes last year, which Coach Curry got his due for what they did, and in fact, they gave LSU as good of a fight as anybody.
Yeah, they really did. They were tough last season.
Two-1 is fouled back and out of play. Little Rock will be here on April the 7th for a single game. UCA will be here next week. Arkansas will go to Missouri State. Also, they'll face the Bears here at home later on in April. 2-2 pitch rides down and in from Kircher. And Barber, the leadoff hitter, did not offer. No need for an appeal. That's the don't even ask me. I'm just going to throw it.
Hands out to the side. Almost looked like a penguin walk right there. Flash that sign.
The payoff pitch, that's a fastball for strike 3. So Barber down looking. Kircher has faced 4, retired 4, and struck out 2.
Boy, you talk about painting the outside corner. You just can't do it any better. You see Kircher get a little hop after that fastball right there. And Ryder Helford doesn't even have to try to bring that one back. Just stuck the pitch on the lower quadrant of the zone.
Jaden Stone has walked and scored, reached on an infield single in the 3rd. That one went to review. Takes a strike. Stone was somebody who came in as a pitcher as well, but has found his way into the 2-hole in this lineup, hitting .329 as he waves and misses. Of course, the hitting coach for the Bears is Shane Opitz, who is the brother of Casey,
who's also on the staff.
He is, even though he's, of course, in camp with the Cubs, and I would guess is watching tonight. That's a wave and a miss from Stone, and Kircher strikes out another. So Casey's parents, Shane's parents are here. I think Shane's little one is also here, and Grandma and Grandpa were taking some pics. The kid was down in the field, as you see Stone wave and miss. I think Jeff and Melanie are here. Over a decade of pro baseball for Shane, and didn't Coach tell us at some point he's going to have to leave because his wife's getting ready to have their 4th?
Number 4. Trying to build his own baseball team.
Yes, he is. Jake Bullard lined to left his last time in and takes a pitch, a fastball at 94 for a strike. So it's good to have the Opitz family represented with a couple of different generations here this weekend. And Casey was one of the great ones for the Razorbacks, the way he handled the pitchers. And really, I think, Troy, I'm not sure if he was the first Arkansas catcher to call pitches, but he made that easy for the coaching staff to let him run it.
Yeah, I think so. You know, just baseball savvy. You felt like Casey Opitz had it, and boy, you talk about taking control of a pitching staff. He could definitely do that.
I remember when TCU was here for a regional and Jim Schlossnagle was coaching the Horned Frogs. He started his post-game press conference talking about how much he enjoyed watching Opitz manage the game and work with his pitchers.
I mean, I think that's what really helped him with pro ball. Just the ability to just kind of take control and have a feel for what's working with that pitcher, but also what can get that hitter out as well.
I remember when the team would circle up before they take the field, they would wait for Opitz to kind of shuffle into the huddle, and he would say something to the team, and they'd race out there. Here's the 3-2, and that is strike 3 called. And Kircher just struck out the side, Troy. That was a dominating top of the 5th inning.
Well, you're talking about just command on the hill, just power out of the big right-hander from Little Rock, and you can see just painting the black, moving the ball in and out, but the fastball's really working for Kircher.
Good job, Kircher. Major Razor approves. Cajun, it's good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you stopping in and watching the game with us. Appreciate that Razorback Kid for the score update on the playing games between Howard and UMBC. Chase, if I could give you one, I would, buddy. It's all done randomly. We got enough to do it real life. It's just getting them to do it. I don't want to ask too much because then I get in trouble. No worries, Mallory. Appreciate you for watching over on Twitch with us.
Coach Anderson said the kids absolutely love him, and boy, that means a lot when you have somebody really trying to get on you to have you do your best. And sometimes as a coach, you have to kind of ride these players a little more than you would like, just to kind of put a little spark in them. But if they respect you and they know what you're talking about, that helps.
Nolan Souza leads off this inning. I started to tell the story about how Casey would address the team in the huddle right before they would take the field, and he would almost kind of strut his way into the middle of the huddle, and it would close behind him. And I said once to the photographer, what goes on inside that huddle? And he laughed and he said, a lot of expletives, which made me like Casey even more. And that pitch is in to Souza, 2-1.
Another way put, maybe a little colorful language.
Yeah,
right?
you know, firing people up, getting them ready to go. It's good to have the Opitz family, though, back in the park. That one is smoked right off the bat of Nolan Souza. It's going to take a couple of bounces and go to the fence, and Nolan will cruise into second base with his 17th hit of the year, and that swing's starting to feel pretty good for Nolan. That came off the lefty as well.
Yeah, what I've seen out of Souza is it seems like his swing path is a little more flat. See if this bat doesn't come through the zone much more flat. How about a 111 off the bat of Nolan Souza? Boy, if it gets to the wall, there's no way you're throwing him out at second base. That 6'3" frame just cruised into second base.
So Landon Schaefer is hit a comebacker and also walked to his third plate appearance. And his first plate appearances of the season. Tried to bunt but missed. It came up empty. No Kahio Aloy in the lineup tonight. No Reese Robinette. Sometimes these midweek games allow for opportunities to get a few others into the lineup. There's Kahio, and Troy, he had a different looking hairdo today during the anthem. Is he going all blonde?
I think so.
High pop-up on the right side into foul territory, and Bullard is there to make the catch, and there's one out. His parents were here this weekend, and I'm not sure if Kahio got the new hairdo when they were here. And you could see a little blonde.
Yep.
Or did he wait until they left, and then he dyed it?
Depends on if Mom likes it or not. If she likes it, she may have helped him go blonde. But we've seen Kahio be blonde before.
Of course, Fahiva was known for a flare every once in a while with kind of a white stripe in his hair. But Kahio maybe mixing things up. We'll see if there's any hits in being blonde maybe tomorrow. Here's Ruiz, runs up, pulls the bat back, but takes a strike. I think we might have a shot from earlier today. We'll show you here in a moment of Kahio's new look. Now he's hiding it with that hat. He's got the jacket on in the dugout, but we'll give you a behind-the-scenes glimpse maybe after this pitch to Damian Ruiz, who's looking for his third hit. And Souza just took off on first movement and gets his second stolen base of the night. This reminded me of the WBC where there was a pickoff at second to throw into center and the runner scored.
Boy, he was so far to third base that the second baseman, Barber, doesn't even make the throw. Now they're going to bring the infield in.
Here's the 0-1. That is poked towards Barber with the infield in. They'll make the play to throw out Ruiz, retired for the first time, and there's 2 outs. So let's see the picture of Kahio and the new look. There you go, Troy.
Looks like the sun on top of his head.
He's got the blonde look, and Stewart's got the flow to his left, the right side of your screen.
Look like a couple beach bums in the.
There you go.
In the huddle right there.
Well done. It's Reese Robinette. He's being talked into a similar haircut by Kahio as we speak. Kojal fouls one back and out of play. Kojal would like it at bat tonight. He's been hit by a pitch. He's walked twice. One was with the bases loaded, giving him His 24th run batted into the season. He leads this team in several offensive categories.
I was thinking the same thing, Jeff.
Takes that inside for a ball.
He does such a good job of laying off those pitches down in the strike zone. It's really hard to do when you've been hit by a pitch and you've walked a pair of times. You want to swing that bat.
You're anxious. They'll chop one to first here. Bullard will race to the bag and win it. So Arkansas got a leadoff double from Sousa, but they did not score him.
Gotta get these
Five
runs
complete.
in.
5.
Come on, boys. Leaving runners on base. Sousa did the hard work. All you got to do is get a hit and get him over. And get him in.
We just want to win.
Just want to win. Oh, Beamer's a South Carolina fan. I don't know. Beamer, we're coming to your house, I do believe. Yeah, Big Phil, that's a fact. I can't argue that fact, Beamer. It will be one way or the other. Yeah, what a reward Razorback kid, huh? Hey, you won your playing game. Here's Michigan. Go play them now.
Chilly.
Tell you what, Jackson Kircher is
Texas win theirs?
weather, Troy. He's faced 6, retired 6, and struck out.
I don't know if
4.
they played yet.
He's got no sleeves on out there. He said this is just a walk in the park.
Little Rock Christian Academy product. First team All-American in high school. He was rated the state's number 4 prospect in the 2024 class and went to Oklahoma. Arkansas and DVH has said they weren't sure if he wanted to hit or pitch at that point. Easton Bryant will lead off the top of the 6th. 4, 5, and 6 do up this inning. But Kircher announced in a social media post that he was headed home. 12 2/3 innings of work with the Sooners. 17 strikeouts. Pitch at the bottom of the zone for a strike. So not a lot of work at Oklahoma. But obviously this is a big-time arm.
Yeah, he just seemed like a kid that's just going to continue to get stronger and probably see that velocity tick up.
He was part of a 2023 Little Rock Christian baseball team that walked off Valley View to win the 5A state championship, the first title in program history.
Tim said Texas plays at 8:15.
Can he strike out another? Tell you what, that's 4 straight strikeouts and 5 for Kircher.
Yeah, the fastball's got some late life to it. 95 at about halfway through the plate, it looks like it just kicks into another gear, and that is just a guy just saying, "Here it is." See if
Yeah, you
can
might,
get it.
There you
Pacer.
go, big boy.
He looks pretty good.
Logan Pruski, next man in. It was about a month ago that Kircher said, "I have more confidence in my slider. It's made me a bunch of big jumps and also just not being scared to throw it in the zone." He said, like, if they hit it, so what? Just challenging hitters. Well, he's challenged the Bears. And that one zips outside at 94. We've seen him up to maybe, I don't know, 97-ish.
I know he's at 96, but he's definitely got some life in that right
I was
arm.
talking about some of the outings we saw maybe, earlier.
Oh, yeah, 97 for sure.
Maybe even more than that for Matt Hobbs. He's behind Pruski, though, 2-0, and then fills up the zone again. Bears got a couple of runs before an out was recorded in the top of the first. Since then, it's been much more difficult against Arkansas's pitchers. Although the Kircher in danger of seeing the first base runner against him after setting down 7 straight.
Probably if there's an audio, we might have to bounce out and come
We'll
back.
go to the backstop for ball 4.
Back in.
Bruschi will
YouTube's
reach.
been having some
Hey,
issues.
it only takes another base runner for Northern Colorado to bring the tying run to the plate.
Yeah, and as hard as Kircher's throwing, if you get a hold of one, it's going to go. Arkansas's middle infield is kind of pinching up the middle a little bit in that double play depth.
This is Zeke Minnick. Hit the ball on the ground twice.
I like that call right there by Ryder Helfrich. You saw the fastball kind of getting overthrown by Kircher just a little bit and slow that arm speed down and land that breaking ball.
Wave and a miss.
Well, one thing about Kircher is that ball really stays on plane. It does not have a lot of drop to it.
No problem, Valerie.
Kind of closes off that stance as well. Pitch timer at 1 when he lets one go and is fouled back.
You wonder if he was watching the clock behind home plate to see if he knew how close he was to having a ball right there.
It is March Madness. You want to beat the buzzer in March. 40th pitch.
Bruschi over at first base has got a really big lead.
Very upright walking lead. That's another wave and a miss. That's another strikeout for Kircher, who was K'd 6.
Most of his strikeouts have been on that fastball right there. That's the cutter slider. Watch this thing dive down and away. Really no chance for Minnick to get a piece of that one.
He swung a foot over the top of that ball.
More than Cutter, just with the spin, but it's been effective.
Kircher
He's
out.
faced 9 batters. He struck out 6 of them. Ethan Musser is 0 for 2. Next man in, but first to throw to first. And Kircher trying to put up 3 zeros. Brissy won a couple of innings. Eves the third. Kircher came on in the 4th. Off and running is Bruschi, and the throw is not in time.
Really good jump right there. We talked about how big Logan Bruschi's lead was.
He stole that off of Kircher.
And Kircher kind of got into a pattern of hold and then let it go, but just outrunning the baseball right there is Logan Bruschi.
Oh, softly fouled back and out of play. Bears wouldn't mind at least getting a run here against Kircher. You know, on the lineup sheet we were given with both stolen bases and attempts, it looks like it's quite a bit off from the original stat sheet. We were talking about Stone being caught 5 times trying to run. That's not the case. So the numbers are off, Troy. So we'll just disregard all of them. There's a chopper to first. Rutenbar is there. He will gobble it up and take it to the bag unassisted to retire Musser and end the inning. So Kircher 3 hitless and scoreless innings. Hogs up by 3.
Yeah, there was no shot at him, ain't Pacer, that's for sure. He stole that out the pitcher.
Ursher's doing pretty good.
Damian Walker, appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much. Yep, he's got
He's doing pretty good since the first time we saw some good action from him when they were in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Man, if we could get bats down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're hitting the ball. It's just not we're getting
not
that
timely
timely
hitting.
hitting. Yes, is the problem.
Leaving too many runners on base. I mean, if we could just pop one up over the shortstop, you know, and
Just
give
drive
us
one into
at
the
least
gap.
a run. Yeah.
I mean, you put one in the gap with the bases loaded, you're scoring 3 runs most likely anyway. I mean, it's just a matter of getting that hit when we need it, when it counts. And we've been, most of our bases loaded and stuff's been coming with 2 outs. Hey, there's a picture of the boys.
I think the only thing we have to worry about Hawaii is they have a big
Winning over
7-footer.
Mississippi State. The third-ranked Bulldogs, good way to start the conference campaign, and just about 100 yards away.
A-Cup is going to make Hawaii wish they never crossed the ocean.
Coach Case, his first go-round as the head hog, got the ice bath and the big championship trophy. Congratulations to Arkansas as well, both men's basketball, indoor track, and Jax Pfister on the pitch here in the bottom
Hell,
of the
it's
sixth.
sometimes
The freshman Pfister,
Bill Allen,
Colorado native. I think there's
they
like
had 3 people
27
on A-Cuff.
players on this ball club from Colorado. The fastball,
Yeah, that's their main
in the upper
their main goal is to
80s,
stop
a
A-Cuff.
slider and a changeup as well.
And they still can't
The
do
thing
it.
For Pfister is left-handers hitting 308, but right-handers 143.
Helfrich, Stewart, and New, heart of Arkansas's lineup in the bottom of the 6th. Arkansas has just 6 hits. They scored a couple of runs on 1 single in the 3rd and got a couple of runs on 1 hit in the 1st. Got a run on a double in air and a wild pitch in the 2nd. So it's not exactly like they've torched a team whose earned run average was near 10. And even, Troy, you go back to that win on Friday night. We were here for the opener where Pompey had the walk-off. Arkansas was out hit 11-7 that night, but they had a couple of home runs and won the game 5-4.
Yeah, some timely hitting, and that's all it took. And again, only scratched out 6 hits so far in this game.
Leave that alone, Ryder. That was above
When it comes to scoring
the letters.
runs, Arkansas 15th in the SEC. They came in with 125. Georgia, for example, is 221, almost 100 more.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
And the team that's behind them is South Carolina, which scored 3 in the entire weekend, and they're at 117. So this weekend it'll be 15 and 16 in that run scored column going head to head.
Yeah, Arkansas's pitching, they're going to have to lean on, keep throwing up zeros on the board.
Big swing from Helfrich, who's 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. The count has gone full.
Facts, Robert.
See if Helfrich can get on in the bottom of the 6th inning. That ball's ripped over the head of Fillinger into the left field corner at 105. And Stone did a nice job to come up with it on the track and play it back in to hold Helfrich to a long, loud single.
Boy, that was way up in the zone, and Helfrich just tomahawks this thing into left field. That is staying on top of the baseball right there, Brett.
Troy, here's Arkansas's offense through 20 games compared to last year. And you see the difference in batting average. And as much as we talk about doubles, they actually had more of those last year too. But that home run total is a big difference.
Yeah, the team a season ago was just freakishly successful at the plate.
And ironically, the man in the box, who missed a couple of games in that Stetson series, provides that power threat that I think the Hogs want to have in this lineup one way or another.
Yeah, I think so. He's just a guy that's consistently going to hit the baseball hard, and you could really tell that offense missed Zach Stewart.
Flip to first and back in is Helfrich. And listen, I'm not advocating for a big inning and a run rule, but there is a World Baseball Classic going on right now, and a good one. That is a way
Wouldn't hurt your feelings at all.
You know, it would not. And I'm sure that DVR is rolling. It better be. Remember the old VCR days when you'd go home and you'd open it up and then the thing would have shut off? Or,
Yeah.
you know, you
the
didn't
tape would
start it
get
on
jammed
time,
or
or
something.
you were taping MacGyver or something, or Jeopardy instead, and you didn't get the game. Stewart hits one a mile in the air to right center field. Griffin starts to navigate a bit, and he'll make the catch.
One thing that's happened while this game has progressed was the wind has really died down. It was whipping there pretty well, and that was just another moonshot by Stewart. You could see when you hit the ball that hard and just straight up, you have just missed it.
Yep. I got to believe the wind blows in Greeley, Colorado. What do you want to bet?
I think it's windy and cold.
They aren't quite at 5,000 elevation, but they're well over 4,000, I believe. As Micah New shows bunt, takes one high. Micah's hit the ball on the ground 3 times and is 0 for 3. Pounded a hard liner on the ground for a double play in the 4th. But I'm sure it is not always nice and warm and calm in Greeley. It's outside to New, 2-0.
Well, that breaking ball by Pfister had a little hump to it, didn't it?
Bet it wasn't warm at Marshall last year either for Micah New. Which kind of reminded me, I teased something earlier, Troy, and you know, why not, right? I came across an article this week, and the headline was, people who check the weather multiple times a day usually have these 11 specific personality traits. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here's the 2-1 to New, down and out. Well, they're careful organizers, they're strategic, they're routine driven, they're hyper vigilant, they're proactive, they're perfectionist tendencies, and I should add, they're bat and ball coaches in crappy climates.
Yeah, or a farmer.
Yes,
a
a farmer or a baseball coach when the weather stinks more often than not.
That's nasty work right there, Tim.
3-2. I got DVH has that tendency to hit,
yeah.
right? He's checking the weather multiple times a day.
But
Back in the day,
I can't
Coach
argue
Brad
that.
would call Tulsa, because that's where we get the local weather from Tulsa about 1 million times on game day, just to see what it's going to do.
You have the private line, the hotline to
was-
Tulsa weather.
he had a phone he was close to at all times. I think Helfrich might have been going right there with trying to stay out of the double play.
3-2 the count. Another flip to first, close but safe.
All right, meathead.
Ryder.
Throw the
Arkansas
pitch.
has been kind of running at will, so to speak, tonight, and yet it hasn't kind of generated a ton of runs, but it's been part of what they've done against the Bears. That one has hit a mile in the air to left field off the bat of Micah New, drifting towards the corner and well foul, kind of disappearing from our vantage point.
We talked about earlier in the game one of the Bears pitchers being slow to the plate. Jax Pfister's really quick. How about 1.15 seconds? That is getting the ball to the catcher in a hurry.
Arkansas has stolen 5 bases tonight. They came in with 24 in the season. That is down and out. That is ball 4. So a couple of base runners again in the 6th. Brings up Carter Rutenbach. Walked and singled, part of a 1-for-2
Let's go,
night.
Rudenberg.
We talked about the stats for Pfister, where the righties are not having much success, but the left-handers hitting 308 off of him, and now an opportunity for Rutenbach to add to that stat.
Pitch just did miss. That looked like it might have been in the zone, but Rutenbach will take it for ball 1. One of the freshmen who's been getting more and more playing time here in the last week. I'm really going to be curious to see what the lineup looks like Friday and Saturday in Columbia and South Carolina. Ground
There you
ball
go,
up
up
the
the
middle.
middle.
Pruski's
Ooh.
there. He's going to take it to the bag, throw on the run. Nicely
Every
done. That's a double
damn
play. And boy, the
time.
Hogs hit into a bunch of those. They did so in the 4th. They do so again in the 6th. And
Getting tired of seeing these double plays. Let's go. All right, chat. Let's see if we can get to 300 before the game's over.
300.
46 likes. 46 likes between now and the time the game's over. Hey, baseball. Good to see you, man.
Yep, leaving them
Kind
stranded.
of warm up and get an inning under your belt. This kind of helps you get a little sharper for the weekend. This is a big get for Arkansas to keep him in a Razorback uniform this season. He could have definitely signed a professional contract, decided to come back, see how he can help Arkansas get back to Omaha.
Yeah, he was the only guy drafted who did not take the professional route, and he said it took some deliberation, as you can imagine. It's quite an honor to be drafted. Hard not to think
Come
about
on
starting
now,
your
Tim.
professional career. Ethan Fillinger will swing at the first pitch and fly it out to center to Mike Anu, who makes the catch to begin the top of the 7th inning. Said it was a big honor, tough and long process, a lot of talks with God and his family. I'm not sure if God is pro ball or pro staying in school, but apparently he led Parker here. He said, this is the place I want to be. It's where my heart is. And the pitch to Mason Griffin in there for a strike. Think about this, though, Troy. He was roommates with Gage Wood. I think we saw Gage's dad out in the hog pen the other day in a shot. It looked like he had that same helmet on, and he was standing out there, so he didn't want to give up coming to bomb as Coyle gets the wave and a miss. But you're talking about an apartment that had an immaculate inning and an Omaha no-hitter.
That's pretty impressive. Some good mojo going on in that apartment.
Certainly the highlight of that College World Series run for Arkansas. Griffin takes one down and out.
That cutter slider for Parker Coyle has some tremendous run. But 18 and a half inches of horizontal break.
There are times he might appear in a game this year where he might say throw 30 pitches in 2 innings, and 27 or 28 of the pitches might be strikes.
Yeah, and they might be all cutters too. You talk about a guy that throws a lot of off-speed pitches, especially left-handers.
McIlvain and Coyle are the big strike throwers on this team. Even that miss, Trackman had it in the zone, but it's right there, and it's 2-2.
That's in the top inside quadrant and just clipped the strike zone.
Tell you what, we might see the ABS at some point, and that's a front door breaking ball for strike
Pitch,
3.
Coyle.
You know, based on a couple of the calls we saw in the WBC the other night, including one that ended the game that was out of the zone, the ABS might have come into play, but Parker Coyle says, don't worry about it. I'll just come back in the very next pitch and get you strike 3.
Yeah, that's that tough breaking ball that starts almost right at that left-handed batter, and it just darts right over the corner.
Brett Barber back at the top of the lineup. That's what he's done tonight. Has scored a run. That's poked fouled outside of first. Did you see the other day in a big league spring training game, we had an ABS walk-off change?
I did not see that.
I mean, that's what you could have if we ever see that at the college ranks. It was 9-5, 2 outs, bases loaded, 9th inning. The 0-2 pitch was ruled high. They tapped, they went to replay. It was overruled, and it was a walk-off strikeout out.
Ah,
how
very
about that?
Cool.
Walk-off, ABS, strikeout.
We're so used to it in tennis, so you might as
That's
well
a good point.
Bring that technology. I mean, you don't even think twice about a call being checked in tennis.
No, you're right. And I mean, the technology from just 4 or 5 years ago in this sport, whether it's the Hawkeye and the replay as Coyle misses badly there to Barber, you know, the TrackMan ability and to monitor. And the one thing Hobbs told me too, the things that you can look at as far as extension and some of the things that might indicate a pitcher's tiring.
Right.
He might say, I'm feeling fine. Well, you know, it's not just the velocity's a little bit off, your extension's off. There's a few other metrics you can look at that might make you a little more susceptible to injury that you might say, bro, I think you're done for the night.
That's
think
exactly
you're at a
right.
gas.
And Matt Hobbs was so good in that conversation, and you know, things that non-pitchers like you and me wouldn't think about.
Not even think about.
No, that's what the technology brings, is not only just, you know, how pitches look, but, you know, almost a safety factor in there.
100%. And the count has gone full just because, just like we say with the film as a hitter, it doesn't lie. The numbers are going to tell you maybe more than an honest evaluation or an evaluation
Angel,
from a player that's
don't worry about it.
caught up in the adrenaline in the moment.
He's
more
let
so
all
than
the
saying,
bad
you know,
words go, and then
no one likes to say, listen,
he gonna
I'm
gripe
done,
at you
I'm
for
out of
posting
gas.
lightning
Right.
bolts.
But when there are numbers other than your velocity that don't look right compared to what they would be, it's a pretty good tip-off. Count has gone full to Barber. Here's the payoff, and that's high. So Coyle does issue a rare walk.
It's a great at-bat by a leadoff hitter, and Brett Barber, he just would grind that at-bat out, and kind of the excuse me check swing, and that ball almost went as far as first base in foul ground. But again, this is still just a 3-run game. It feels like Arkansas has a bigger lead than they do.
Agreed. You're one crazy inning away
Yeah,
from
you're exactly
a
right.
5-5 type game. And Jaden Stone will take strike one. Stone has a hit. He's walked. He scored a run. Struck out his last time in against Kircher. Then again, Kircher struck just about everybody out. His 3 scoreless. You know, sometimes you use pitchers midweek like a Coyle or like an Eves just to keep them on a similar working plan. But sometimes you need them to pitch and pitch well to win these games.
Exactly. You know, this is a Bears team that has just been real scrappy this game. Some good quality at bats. You see the K-zone up there.
It's a little bit off line there, so to speak, and that one's outside. I mean, we're slapping those things down there, but it's not quite the ruler, not quite square across the bottom. I mean, the right side's a little better than the left side. The left side a little sloppy.
That's definitely not a woman doing that. That's
Nope. Hey, a front
later.
door breaking ball again. So Parker Coyle with a couple of strikeouts. Works around a walk. It's stretch time from a cold Baumwalker Stadium, Arkansas, up 3.
Yeah, Streamlabs lost his mind. Another example of why we should not be afraid of AI.
Oh no. The AI, it's broken.
You're not even supposed to be able to type the F word in here, and he let that go, and
Where?
gonna get on somebody for putting lightning bolts. Come
Where
on,
was the F word?
Oh, it's been in the chat a couple times.
I haven't seen it.
It's not even supposed to. YouTube's supposed to block you from being even able to put that on there.
How's it going, Landon's?
3-something. Vanderbilt, Mississippi State will be at the Dude. And then Louisville in North Carolina, part of the ACC, coming up on Friday, ACC Network. Here's T.J. Pompey. He's singled in 3 at-bats. I think Kentucky's won something like 13
Can't believe somebody
straight.
would type free in the chat.
Mingion's got them on a roll.
That Texas at Auburn series is going to be a big one, though, this week. 2-4. Georgia at A&M. If Georgia goes in and continues to win on the road against A&M, more power to them. And then Oklahoma at LSU. Every week there's more good series than bad series.
There's really not a bad series with the way everybody's playing.
Pompey lines one out towards left field. Stone is back, turns around, looks up, and it's into the
I do,
bullpen.
Landon.
Oh my God!
T.J. Pompey.
There it
His
is.
third Razorback home run.
TJ Pompey
Gives
with a home
the Hogs
run.
A little bit
That's
of
it.
separation
His
in the
third
bottom of the
one.
7th inning. Hey, this home run thing is fun all of a sudden for T.J. Pompey.
That was
He's
a
had some good
laser
swings
shot,
tonight,
too.
Troy.
Well, that was just a line shot out into left field, 102 off the bat of T.J. Pompey. And again, you just feel like
He's
he's
doing it in the
just
cold,
sitting
Sarge.
back on the baseball. He's
You
not
did call it,
going
Landon.
forward. And when
If
you
you're not
just
ahead of
kinda
us
lean
watching
back
it on
that
TV,
back leg and get some
sir.
torque. Watch him stay behind the swing, Brett. That
Yeah, I
body's
like it.
not going forward. That is a really pretty.
I'm
Phil
gonna trust-
Island Troll said, "I'm
That was
TJ
gonna go in the
Pompey."
bullpen?
No, I thought it was going to hit off the fence.
Thought so too. Here's Sousa takes a strike. Nolan hit a double down the
So does
right
that
field
mean you
line. His
strike
last
out
one up at
often?
2011 off his bat. That's some pretty special exit velocity territory.
He said, "Because I'm an alien."
So Ruiz got his first. Pompey got his third for a couple of homers tonight for the Razorbacks.
Vicky, how you
Watch
doing,
this
Miss
ball
Vicky? It's
go
good to
again.
see you.
See how much it cleared the fence by. Enough. It's one of those, if Stone's back there, he might have had a chance to leap up.
That's just a rope.
I believe you, Landon.
Back.
I was going to say, I'm not going to accuse you of
Over his
not
head
being
before he could
legitimate.
blink.
That was a
Bellinger
good call.
Deep at third, and Sousa made him come racing in when he
David
turned around.
or Pacer said, "I'm cheating.
Pitch
Stats
to
a
the
bit ahead of
screen.
the broadcast."
Yeah.
Come on, Pacer.
Well, he didn't
Literally thought
call it.
right before that swing of Pompey. I was like, Arkansas needs some separation. I just didn't say it, and then boom, there it was.
Even now, it's just a 6-2 lead. So these Bears,
Go
who
see us
led
where,
2-0
David?
right out of the gates, have hung tough. Arkansas stranded 10 runners tonight, I believe.
All right, brother, take it easy, man.
That's a lot of LOBs.
Who's leaving?
David Shelby.
Oh,
You can see Pfister really trying to throw that back foot breaking ball right in there to Nolan Susan again. That was a pitch he would swing at
I see
earlier on
up
in
there.
the season.
Yeah, David, take it easy, brother.
I thought that's who you were talking about there for a second.
Well, it says, hopefully I'm going to have to see
And that's
you,
ball four.
y'all,
So a base
hopefully
runner will
tomorrow.
walk to Sousa after the leadoff home run from
I thought he
Pompey to
meant
begin this
like he was
bottom of
going
the
to
seventh
see me somewhere, and I was like, I don't go nowhere, Bubba. But he's like, I know what he meant to say now.
Another opportunity for the freshman Schaefer.
Yeah.
Popped up, hit a comebacker, and walked.
Absolutely.
Pitch rights outside from Pfister.
Absolutely. We want to see you
We
tomorrow,
want to
Bill.
see everybody tomorrow.
Visit to the
I
mound
miss you,
first.
rotten kids, when I don't get
It's
to
interesting
stream
that
a game.
This is head coach Mike Anderson, and as he's walking out to the mound, he's turned around and saying something to someone in the dugout. I'm not really sure what that was all about, but he's going to talk to his
I think he was
right-handed.
asking if his pitcher was ready in the pen.
could have been. Bears have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen.
You know, we were talking about Coach Anderson and his time at
I
Nebraska,
like to listen to
working with Dave Van Horn and
who's the
going
guy
to a
from
couple
the
of College World
Buzz
Series, then taking over the
that
head
talks
job
about
and
baseball. I
leading a team to the
can't think of his name
World
right now.
Series and winning
It's on
a
Drive
game
Time Sports.
as the head Husker. Remember, another guy on that staff
don't
was
listen to the
Rob
radio.
Childress, who was a longtime coach at Texas A&M.
That's right. Rob Childress was the pitching coach for Dave Van Horn, but I believe at Northeastern, and then he left Northeastern with DVH up to Nebraska.
Might have been together at
That used to
coach.
that used to be our old hitting coach.
Yeah. So an assistant in Northern Colorado.
I think when he was in
coach.
Nebraska. I think when he was in David Horn was in
in the high school
Nebraska.
ranks in Colorado, Oklahoma assistant and the head coach.
Well, there's Randy Rainwater and was it Rick
He's
Schaefer?
got the right mentality to be at Northern Colorado. They're 3-18, but he's about development. He's about getting this team ready for their conference play. It's a 6-team league.
I think it might be Rick Schaefer.
That one's going to get away from Minnick and go to the backstop. So you're getting one bid, Troy, and maybe no surprise. The league's in a similar spot because I think there was only one team above 500, and no surprise, that was Oral Roberts with Coach Fulmar and the program he's got in Tulsa.
He has really good
They
baseball
have just been
takes.
dominating. That league has been Oral Roberts, and boy, you talk about that one. Got another piece of Minnick. I think that hit his bare hand, and you could tell he was running after the baseball, going to the backstop, and just grimacing. I don't think that
Look at
caught
him
any
shake that
leather.
hand. So he took
Not
one
the
in
pneumonia.
a sensitive
No, I know
area.
it's
He's got his
pneumonia.
fingernails painted
That's
yellow,
terrible.
too,
I hope you
help
get to
his
feeling
pitcher
better.
out. Boy, the things
Mark.
catchers do. We're going to have to get a shot of that at some point. I think everyone.
Oh, Mark, hope you get to feeling better, buddy.
Yellow. And it's probably not because they're bare colors. I'm guessing it's because
That's right.
maybe it's a little bit easier for the pitchers to see.
Little fluorescent working there.
There we go. Put a sign down. There we go. Come on. Troy, what would it take for you to come in with your fingernails painted yellow tomorrow?
Anything to help the team.
I do like Kevin
A Bull
Bohannon.
Durham answer right there. I'm here to help the team.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're willing to help the team. It might be a little bit hard to explain at CVS or the grocery store, but that one is in there for a strike to Landon Schaefer. You're like, no, don't worry about it. I'm a catcher for
That's
the
right.
Bears, and my pitchers can't see.
Did that guy get hit again?
Yeah, in the hand.
Nobody out this inning.
Oh. I was about to say, if he gets hit one more time, he might have grapefruits.
There's the 3-1 to Schaefer. Fouled back and out of play.
He said,
That does not feel good.
no more McNuggets.
So again, he took.
They're
his
now
foot off
grapefruits.
The fingers, and he doesn't have that hand behind his leg, so
Yeah.
to speak, Troy. And then he almost tried to catch
Ooh.
it with his bare
That's how you
hand.
break a finger.
Well, that'll
Yeah.
get you.
Most times the catchers tuck their arms behind them.
That does not feel good on a
Their knee.
40-degree night.
Heck no, it doesn't feel good on a 40-degree night.
It doesn't feel good
That
any
doesn't
night,
feel
but
good.
Bare hand.
damn sure not on a cold
He's trying
night.
to help the team.
No
right
doubt.
there.
He's
That-
trying to help the cause.
Goodness gracious.
Mmm.
That index
Man, I
finger
wish
is
they
not feeling
quit
too
showing
good
it.
right about now.
So he's got the earpiece in, but he's also flashing the signs, right?
Yeah, I'm a little interested about what's going on with that.
So he's got the earpiece in his right ear. You could see it dangling behind him. But we're going old school.
Maybe
And
they
again,
don't-
there's a runner at second.
Maybe they don't have a pitch comm. Maybe they're just going off of it's getting rated.
Somebody from the Razorback dugout let him borrow a
Maybe.
pitch comm. Come on now.
Ruiz trying to get his third hit. They're trying to raise some money for their field. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. Maybe we could throw in a pitch count. Hogs leading 6-2.
That's why they're playing the Razorbacks.
A little bit infrequent here in the later innings.
Get some
As Ruiz
coming to
fouls
get
one
some
away.
money.
Good fastball right there
Yeah.
by Pfister. Not only 89, but on the outside corner, really.
It sucks that
nothing
you see
Ruiz can do with that
Programs
fastball.
struggle because they
That's a
can't get
great
the money
foul.
raised.
Uh-oh. Landon's calling another homer right now. He got the last one.
They are 3-18.
That one
Wow.
backs Ruiz off the plate.
Didn't even
2-1.
realize that until just now.
Turn this lineup over now for the 5th time.
Yeah, and it's been up there the whole game.
These teams will meet
Well,
again.
I haven't noticed their. I just noticed the score. I didn't look at their record.
Trying to allocate your pitchers for what could be 18 innings. Ruiz hits a chopper that will go foul, the third base side. You want games, you want to play your games, and then they get there and you're like, I don't really know if I want to play all 18 innings because you've got
Just like Vandy can't even afford a
Then
softball
you're gonna
team.
go to Omaha over the weekend and play 3.
Two and two to Ruiz. Another chopper, another foul ball.
It's a good pitch and a good battle by Ruiz at the plate.
Yeah, Richard, I was a little upset about that too, man. And Mizzou gets to say in St. Louis.
Hang a breaking ball.
Yeah, that was pretty crappy.
He's kept it on the bottom part of the zone. That's why batters are pounding him in the ground.
Fouled away again by Ruiz. Think about Ruiz, Troy, and
Shelby, thank you for subscribing to the
It
channel.
looked like it was a competition between Brenton Clark and Ruiz. Brenton really had a big summer.
I was going to say,
Ruiz was
Deja.
the newcomer.
I believe
That
that.
one's down
I believe you're
0-3,
probably
and then,
more right about that than
Clark had to
they
have
can't
the
afford one.
Surgery on his shoulder. And we've seen him around the ballpark. He might be here tonight. You know, I caught up with him the other day at lunch, and you know, just a happy kid. There he is. You know, he's in good spirits as much as he can. He says he's taking notes on the pitchers in the dugout, just, you know, give him something to do. And that is ball 4. But it was a setback, Troy, because he did everything he could in summer ball and in the fall to potentially have a chance to play.
Yeah, he was a kid that just did nothing in the fall but get on base.
Yep.
Had the highest on base.
That's what you got.
percentage,
Soak a
probably gonna hit
brisket
leadoff
in wine
for
for
Arkansas,
24
and then,
hours.
You know, got that injury bug. And
And he could have platooned with Ruiz, too.
Oh, 100%.
It's a long night for him. He's yawning. But I want to take this in a different direction because we've seen the shoulder injuries in recent years. Kojal's going to swing and rip one out to the gap in right center field. Sousa's going to score.
Maybe 2 now.
Ruiz will go to third. He will get the stop sign. Kojal in at second base with a run-scoring double. And Arkansas makes it a 7-2 game.
That way, Cam.
Boy, just for a second, I thought Bobby Warnes was going to send Ruiz. He had a great jump off the bat, and there was just a little bit of bobble out there by Moosier in right field. Watch this little bit of a bobble right here, and that almost had Ruiz coming in to score.
Hey, that's another RBI for Kojal. That is 25 now on the season. Coach Anderson on his way out to the mound. Has he made the call already?
I did not see it yet.
I think the umpire's walking out there. You know, we know how Nolan Souza injured his shoulder a year ago. We know how Kendall Diggs injured his shoulder. They were diving into bases. And I'm going to finish that thought, though, when we come back, because indeed we do have a pitching change. New Bear pitcher Asher Clark coming into the game. Arkansas up by 5.
$23 likes gets us to 300. Can we get 23 people to smash that like button real quick?
Only 23.
Yep. Yeah, he has, Mark. He's been hitting a lot of hard balls right at people, too, unfortunately. But you can just keep hitting the ball hard, good things are going to happen.
Just a little update. We will, or not update, but a reminder. We will not be streaming the playoff basketball games, but we will be streaming them live in the Discord. So if you would like to join the Discord, just let me know and we can get that that link dropped.
Hey, great job, everybody. That didn't take but a second.
Hey.
We're over 300. Awesome.
Asher Clark, see the 6'4", 200-pound right-hander. Just a two-pitch mix guy. He'll throw the fastball and a cutter. Fastball will get up to 93 miles an hour. See the numbers right there. You can see
there's the Discord link.
The stuff is good, but the command is a little elusive right now for Clark with the 8 walks in just the 4 2/3 innings.
So a couple of runners on for Ryder Helfrich. Troy, I was talking about Brent Clark when we went to break. The kid who
The
injured
only
his
rule in
shoulder.
Discord
We
is
go back and how guys have injured their shoulders.
gotta
for the
be
Razorbacks
respectful.
In recent years. Sousa last year was diving into third. Kendall Dix a couple of years ago was diving into second.
Because I have a zero tolerance rule in there.
First. Clark didn't have that moment. He just felt some really bad pain in his right shoulder. As Helfrich bats. But you know what also that group has in common with Diggs and Sousa and Goodhart?
Left-handed?
Yes. They throw right-handed.
Yeah.
But they bat left-handed. So he was, feeling it on throws, but he was also feeling it finishing the swing.
Yeah.
And you wonder if just this much of your baseball life expires every time you throw a baseball or you swing the bat. And maybe there's something about left-handed hitters
Just go,
and
Ryder.
right-handed throwers utilizing that same
Do like you did the
shoulder
last time you
to
wrote.
where
Lace
you're more
one down the
susceptible
left
when you
field
dive
line.
into
Yeah,
a
that's a
base.
really good point.
Easy 2 runs right
We
there.
should go to medical conferences and maybe inspire some.
Start teaching
investigations.
classes and clinics.
But think about it. Poor
Yeah,
Brenton's swinging the bat, and it's so painful. He can't throw the ball 25 feet, and he can't finish his swing without pain, and he has to go in and have the surgery. I wonder if there's something to that. The things we ponder on late-night games when it's 7-2 in the 7th inning. Helfrich has a chance, though, to jump up this lead against Clark, but he's going to take a well-placed fastball for strike 2.
91 on TrackMan right there by Clark.
Arkansas scored a couple of runs this inning. Next one to Helfrich is downstairs. Zach Stewart on deck, then Mike Anu. So getting towards the power hitting portion of this lineup for the Razorbacks.
Fred, I wouldn't be surprised if Helfrich doesn't see another one of those cutters right here. Clark really wants a strikeout.
Ready for a payoff pitch. Here it comes. That's out. That's ball 4, and the bases are juiced for
right.
Zach Stewart.
Load him up for Thor.
Not really the guy that you want to have come up with bases loaded.
His flowing locks.
With the wind calming down, if Stewart hit the same ball that he hit in the first
Locks
inning, it
of
might end up
love.
halfway up on that screen and right. Tell you what, those beer hats, though, are providing a little warmth tonight, in addition to being the thing to do with the bases
You
loaded.
might just leave that thing on.
Might as well.
I love Ozzy Osbourne just as much as the next person, but I do not
I
want
think this past weekend against State,
a strike off of his music.
Stewart
No,
takes
we
a
won't get a strike off
Stewart
the
is
music.
1
It'll
for
just
4. I think the fans might have had a
we
chance
can't
to have
monetize
Mute
the
it.
video,
one time all series until there were like 3 straight
Right.
plate appearances in the late innings.
which
of
we
Game
already know we
3.
can't.
Yeah, I
so
think so.
we don't make no money off
Really
of
good
these.
pitch by Clark right there, down and away.
Bases full of Razorbacks. Stewart will
Just
cut
from our
and miss,
generous
and he's behind
supporters.
0-2.
We have some great supporters out there.
Absolutely, we do.
There have been 4 different Bears pitchers, and I think Stewart's faced them all.
Come on, Stewie. Last one.
See what he does. 0-2.
Oh,
Well,
there's a
gonna
run.
Throw one to the backstop. The bases are no longer loaded. Ruiz will come across
little-
with run number 8.
I think we
That's
score
the second
pressure off
time
of him.
tonight
We score
Arkansas
more
scored
runs
on a
on wild
pitch.
pitches
Keep
and
in mind,
walks
they
than we
scored a
do
couple of
hitting the
those
ball.
runs in Game 3 against Mississippi
Well,
State.
sadly, I
And I
can
think
see
it
why
was
this
Ruiz
team is
both times
3-18.
tonight has scored
It is
on a ball to the
correct.
backstop.
This is one of the better offensive weapons they've got rolling right now.
The backstop's the best player on
Even
our
a
team
long
right
ball
now.
would not put Arkansas in run rule territory, but it would pull them to within a run of such. And chopper over near Arkansas's coaches. Might have been Zach Barr who collected that one.
You can definitely see the
third is
difference between like a
Kozel, Helfrich at
Stetson
second.
and North Colorado.
Yeah.
Stewart watches one miss up and out, a fastball to even the count of 2-2.
Wait till tomorrow's game. When it's warm outside,
If that's gonna
all
be a
these balls that
showy
we hit
fastball up and away,
are going to be over the fence.
allow Asher Clark
The
to
air's
go with
thinner.
the cutter down and in.
Clark really does close off that stance. Delivers to the plate, gets a wave and a miss. That's a K for the second out of the inning. And
Damn,
both the
Stu.
outs have come.
Come on,
On
Stu.
strikeouts, and it brings up Mike Anu.
Yeah, it was a cutter that just didn't cut very much, and I think really helped Clark out because that just kind of stayed outside.
Almost backed up. Instead of that movement down and in, it actually kind of almost tailed away.
Oh, yeah, we got to
That was a
300.
changeup.
Over
We don't see-
300
show
was
that-
the goal for
Not
tonight.
frozen.
320. We're at 320. It shows me.
Mike Anu hammers one foul outside of third. He's walked it.
Richard
Gone
said
0
he
for 3.
snickers
Has picked
upside
up a
down.
run batted in tonight.
That I know what that means, Richard.
So a couple of Razorbacks. in
That's
excess
funny.
Of 20 now, with New at an even 20 and Koshel at 25.
Jim says, "Never mind a pitch count by a pitching coach." Oh, another
Well,
run
another
can
one
score.
goes away.
my
Here
God.
comes Koshel. He will score. This wild pitch
Dale,
thing is the best
appreciate you
scoring
for
mechanism
be-
Arkansas has.
Being part of the channel. Thank you.
It's been absolutely crazy the last few games. Yeah, just a
We might
high
be getting close to
fastball
our
that just
3,500 goal.
spits out of the glove of Minnick and heads
Definitely
up
working on it.
base running by Kozel.
You pick up these last couple of box scores and you look at the runs scored and the RBIs and you're like, what in the world's going on? Why is there such a disparity? New will swing and foul
Ooh,
tip.
New
one
was
into
trying to end the
glove of
game.
Catcher Minnick.
We are currently at 3370 something.
Ooh. There we go. Great job, everybody. We'll be at 3,500 in no time.
Arkansas had 4 runs batted in and a 7-3 win on Saturday, which would have been the Sunday game, the finale.
Let's see, chat. You think we can make it to 4,000
Even if you're hitting
subscribers
a ground ball
before
walk with the bases loaded,
Football?
you're getting an
week
RBI.
1 of football?
New waits. Here's the pitch. Fouled right back to the screen.
I'll tell you what, Asher Clark, for a freshman, he's not afraid to challenge these Arkansas hitters. He's just going up there and saying, I'm going to grip it and rip it, throwing the fastball and the cutter. Only about 5 or 6 mile an hour difference in the two.
Yeah,
Hit the dirt again.
I can't do that on a live,
I'd say
dude.
Minnick has been busy tonight.
Man, he is just taking it for the team. He is just sacrificed his body tonight.
Another
Oh, the
full
first
count.
pitcher looked kind of like Joe G.
New
I ain't
waits on
gonna
the
lie.
payoff. Here it comes.
Uh-oh.
That is absolutely obliterated,
Smoked
but
that.
foul down the line.
Got
to
ahead
left.
of it. Look at that. Come right to the
So
left
he
fielder.
Was anticipating a fastball and he got one.
He got one.
Just not upside down, the dude. That's all.
That's a hard pitch to try to keep fair. That is a fastball on the inside corner, and if you get the
What do we got to do? Hit one more, and it's
You're going to hit a foul.
if he gets a home run, does that
Yeah,
run
no.
rule?
Throw the fastball
No,
again.
we got to be at 10.
Well, he did.
Damn.
Strike 3, so he gets 3 Ks in the inning. Arkansas gets 4 runs to extend the lead, and Troy had started on a TJ Pompey swing.
Boy, just an absolute line drive home run that just scraped the back of the wall by TJ Pompey.
Richard.
You can really feel like he's seeing the ball big and hitting it hard.
Hey, I'm live, sir. Please, I need you to be quiet. Y'all can hear that. That's my little kitten we rescued that was just showed up on my farm, and it doesn't know. He's trying to say woo pig, but it comes out meow, meow instead. The dude. They call me the dude. That's my name, the dude. Yeah, that's why I said Aki. He's trying to say woo pig suey, but it comes out meow meow instead. He's working on it. It was like minus 10 degrees when they showed up under my porch, and you know, Sarge is a softie when it comes to the animal. I can't stand people that dump animals. Please don't dump animals. They didn't. It's not their fault. So all the animals I have on my farm, other than the livestock, are here because they've showed up out of nowhere. Yeah, I'm training him up. One of these streams, you're going to hear him say Woo Pig Suey instead.
Arkansas goes to another arm out of the bullpen, and that's one good thing for Matt Hobbs. He's definitely these midweek games.
Just got
He
a
said
message from one of our.
Some innings.
Jim just said the Firehawk scared the
Never
poop out of his
Jordan
dog.
6'6", you might be thinking, I bet this kid's played some basketball, and he did. Good basketball player in Jefferson City, Missouri.
Oh, Mark, sorry about that. I don't like
the Bears lineup in the 8th.
that either.
Bullard, Bryant,
That's terrible.
Bruschi. Bears have 3
Yes,
hits
I did,
tonight.
Landon. 16 years.
They all came in the first 3 innings. That's off
Our
the
bot
Eagles,
on Discord
Bullard,
said,
Goldberg.
"We just had 25
They've
people
seen
join."
Eaves, Kircher, and
Question
Coyle,
mark.
and then Martin out of the
Oh,
bullpen
yeah?
After Brissy, the starter, went to pair.
Well, welcome to the Discord, everybody that joined.
The slider, though, is the pitch to watch from Martin.
Anybody else didn't get that?
That
Just
fastball a little bit down and in.
We kind of has that
put a one
slow,
in the chat if you
deliberate
want to.
motion, and then that
Discord
arm
link.
kinda
Yeah,
flicks
Maranatha,
through.
I'm always
He lulls you to sleep just a bit, doesn't he? Arm lagged there just a bit. That one skied out to left field. Ruiz on the move
Ooh, nice
into a
try.
slide, and that ball's foul.
even if I don't get
That
to
was
keep
not
him,
a
I do
fun
find him a
landing
good home
On the warning track area, Ruiz gave it a go.
after we heal him up and get him all healthy.
Well, that ball just kept dying. Off the bat, it looked like it was hit better than what it was. Maybe just off the end of the bat a little bit. And Ruiz had a pretty good break, and it just kept fading away from him.
Ooh,
You
is
talk
that ball
about
fair?
well, it's-
I appreciate
if
Landon.
it's foul by inches.
Five
Watch
that
where this
5
one
years
lands.
ago, we saved a.
That's
a
trade
fair
that
ball.
was outside right
His
before.
body
That's a
got in
ground
the
rule
way
double.
of
Sorry, I didn't mean to
third
cut you off.
base
But
umpire Joshua
No,
Nolan.
you're
That's
fine.
fair by a couple of
Yeah,
inches.
it was fair.
wow, they're not going to review it?
Wow, Arkansas got a break there.
They've got one challenge remaining, don't they?
Wow, that's crazy.
Bullard
And then
will
it's a
wave and miss.
strikeout.
How
He went
about
from a
that
ground rule
swing?
double to an
I
out.
thought some of the guys in the bullpen would have helped
Wouldn't
out
you?
and said, "Hey, they should have
It
caught
looked
that."
fair to me.
It was fair. It was.
Oh, my
It should have been a ground rule double.
They can't
Coach
review
Anderson
that.
might be saying,
Not
which
now,
one of you was
'cause
in
the batter's
charge of
out.
letting me know that I needed to take a look. Let's see this one more time.
Yeah,
and
it's
again,
definitely
Watch,
fair.
it's
Watch it
definitely
hit
fair.
on the warning track.
Right there. That's
Clearly
clearly
easily
fair.
I'm not sure it got any chalk at all. As Easton Bryant, our crew's been on it tonight, steps in.
It's
Bryant,
a great shot.
no doubt. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
that's-
looking through a
it is,
camera,
Richard.
a window, and a pole, and so
And you can still see that it was fair
I have no
from
chance.
300, 400 feet away.
Left. Bryant drove in a run in the first. He's walked and struck out since. Tell you what, if you're Jake Bullard, though, and after the game someone says, "Hey, by the way, Jake, that ball you hit down the left field line, it was actually fair."
That was a
Good
double.
Lord.
that you
Strict,
struck
out.
Streamlabs won't
They
allow
just
Dick
strike out?
Vitale's
Yeah,
name in.
that's tough.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is. You can see it. So obviously it let it in there.
Just over the leap of Martin. Nice
No,
play
it-
at second
I'm
base
down.
by
Good dig.
Sousa. Did
Jeff.
Rutenbar make another play? Yes, he did.
That is Rutenbar, the catcher / first baseman.
Holding the ball up with his bare hand.
I don't even know if there's any leather that was made on that play by Rutenbar. That's a great play by Sousa, thrown across his body. Not an easy throw, and Rutenbar just pinned it against his chest.
Yeah.
He caught it with his bare hand off his chest. Look at the umpire laughing. I think Mark Wagers at first is smiling. Here's Pruski as if to say, I see a young man. That's the second one today, Troy, where he's kind of athleted his way into an out at first. He's talking right now to Rutenbar. Carter's saying, I caught that with my bare hand.
We started
off
talking
my
about being
chest."
nice to animals and lost
That never
almost
hit the
100
glove.
viewers.
Not a bit.
Did you see the There's a pitch in there for a strike. The player, I think it was Oregon, who was out in the bullpen, and his teammate was hitting a home run, and he stuck out his chest, and he wore it off his chest.
Yeah, it's like, what is
like
going
he was
on?
providing a target.
Out there, yeah, he's like Superman or something.
2-strike pitch. That's hit to the gap in right center field. Schaefer on the run will not get there. He'll take it on a bounce and play it back in. So Pruski gets the 2-out single. No need to run into an out. Down 7 in the 8th.
Can you run rule in the 8th, or do you still got to play the 9th?
No. Yeah, if we run roll him in the bottom of the 8th, it's
Ethan
over.
Sanchez has grabbed a bat.
Minnick has been beat up too much. They don't want him to get hit by a pitch.
No, I don't
or
blame
something,
him.
I'm telling you.
His McNuggets are sore, I'm
Sanchez,
telling
another
you.
Colorado native, and he is a freshman.
You're going to need a bag of
Grapefruit, I tell you.
Sanchez 2 for 19 with a run batted in. You think about it, you've taken BP 4 hours ago. Probably been in that dugout with the jacket on for the last 3.
There you go, Jeff.
Someone says, grab a bat, it's your turn.
Jeff says, I'll find a way around the system.
It's like it's kind of falling off the mound toward first base dugout, and that arm is just kind of dragging a little bit. Exactly.
Razorback Kid with an update. Texas 25, NC State 17.
Pitch was up, but at least he drove toward home plate with that last delivery.
A 4-pitch walk to the pinch hitter. I think when you're pinch hitting
That
late
could
in the
be
game,
two,
you just
Pacer.
hope that first one is out of the zone. You can see a pitch, and you're not down 0-1.
I don't think we can get to 420 likes now in real life because we lost a lot of viewers, so I don't think we can get there. We need, what?
Ethan
100 would be 435,
is
so
I think we probably lost that
Strike
many
one.
because
do the math, chat. How many we need to get to 416 from
Arkansas
336?
shoots 5 pitchers tonight.
I hear you, Maranatha.
what
I
if
just don't-
everybody that's watching hits
Ontario,
it?
Canada.
I don't sleep,
Gonna take a
so
healthy wave and a miss.
I don't realize that other people do.
I stay up till midnight on the daily and then wake up at 6.
Martin ahead 0-2.
If I sleep too much, then
Down
I'm
and out.
sleepy when I wake up.
Almost caught that one
Who's my mathematician in the
behind
chat?
him.
How many are we
Helfrich's
away
another guy.
from
He hasn't been beaten
416?
up the way Minnick was tonight,
We're
but
at
this is a
340.
80.
80.
80 is
Day off tomorrow.
80's attainable, guys. You can do it.
80,
We're trending to 3
You can set a
hours.
new record.
One foul
80
back.
would only be
Make 7 points
406.
Before we get through the top of the 8th inning.
Oh, so 80 would be 406. Oh, no. Somebody took one away.
Well, it hadn't been a slugfest. UNC has 4 hits, Arkansas 9.
Another foul ball back by Mooser, the right fielder.
We may
you're
only
trying to
have
get
Why is
to
it
you're trying to get to
lucky you haven't seen
416.
that?
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Danny
416 is
slider
the
to
record.
A little
That's
bit,
right
yes. I would agree.
Oh,
I want to see it.
Yeah, I think Ratter Helfrich's better to dial that up right now. It's a great take.
We've come close a few times, but
That was
haven't
maybe
got
not
it
quite the spin. I'm wondering if cold temperatures
broken yet.
eliminate a little bit of that spin.
I think so.
Oh, Dick Vitale just
Just
kissed
grip
Charles
the feel.
Barkley on the lips, apparently.
Well, came back with a different breaking ball there. Gets the wave and a miss.
well,
Couple of strikeouts, couple of
you
runners
know.
left on base. 9-2
He's old.
Arkansas.
Yeah, he may not.
He's also Italian, I believe.
Yeah.
That's an Italian kind of thing.
Here we go, folks. We're down the stretch. You're pushing for that record. Oh, another one just left. I'll stop talking about it because I keep pulling our likes away now. If you break it, we got to make sure you say you were a part of it. When you were hit, you were in the stream.
We should be honored. Bruce Wayne joined our Discord,
Bruce
aka
Wayne.
Batman.
Oh man. Don't say the name, but we got a former hog in our Discord.
That's not true. Not from what you've told us, Connor.
Dude, yeah, well, let's just stop right there. That's for Discord.
That's right, Scott. Woo pig suey. How do we hype our videos? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're asking, Mark.
I have seen it on other channels, but I haven't ever seen it pop up for ours. Spitting lies and false information. No, you can. I think you can only hype like recorded shows.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. But yeah, I don't know how you do that. Yeah, I think it's only recorded shows. Scott, appreciate you becoming part of the channel. Thank you for subscribing.
Hey, Connor, check your Discord messages.
Dance King, we're winning 9-2 in the bottom of the 8th. Yes, Jeff, me and YT are definitely AI. You can tell by some of the dumb stuff we say that we are AI. There you go, Pompey.
We can't hear you.
That's 3.
Hey, you're on commercial.
No,
Ain't nobody see it.
What are you talking about?
You're on commercial right now.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry.
Sometimes we say it's one game, it's one swing, it's one at bat that can flip it, and it seems counter to everything.
I'm reading the chat. That was my bad, chat. You guys, I'm sorry about that.
Take some time and whatever. Sometimes just one.
Pompey just singled for his third hit of the game.
It really can.
Seuss is going to pop one up. Will this one stay in play? It's back towards Troy's seats.
Uh-oh.
That just about got your guests.
The boys almost got a ball right there.
There were some anxious folks
Tell you
there
what,
at the top of that section.
This kind of a night. I don't think.
Yeah,
I'd let
AI
it
froze up on that one. Sorry.
You pick it up when it stopped rolling?
Oh, yeah. But going back to Pompey.
Nah, I don't drink anymore, my boy.
The
But
ball game down the right field line. Then he hit.
No, but he is drinking all the peach water.
that was definitely my fault.
Really just kind of catapulted that confidence to a different level.
He singled into left field.
He didn't look like the same batter in the batter's box.
No. You know, and the human nature of slumping, and it doesn't matter if it's baseball or basketball or football, but I feel like when you don't believe you're contributing to the team, that's an extra element that wears on you, and that one kicks away. In other words, you know, your teammates can be complimentary of you. They know the type of player you are. They can Google you, so to speak, and pick up your numbers and see what you did at Texas Tech as a freshman or last year before an injury. But all of a sudden, you're a contributing member of society again.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you not only are you happy for yourself, but you're happy.
They will
something
Gage.
for the
It's showing. He's on second
New
now.
catcher Dossey's behind the plate as well. And he's going to catch a strike as Souza took one for strike 3 in the second out of the inning.
Just a really good pitch.
There you go,
right here by
Razorback
Asher
kid. Definitely.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm looking at this. I gotta check out Mr. Dossey's name here real quick. Hold on. Bad time for my iPad to let me down. He might just be related to somebody that I had in the minors 1,000,000 years ago. Here's Landon Schaefer.
The small world of baseball.
Well, this is the day for it. I'll be a son of a gun. Jason Dossey threw a no-hitter for my minor league team in the mid-'90s in Beloit, Wisconsin. Jason, I hope you're watching tonight.
Good shout out.
Little lefty. So today I've heard from 2 of my former AAA players. One,
that's on me,
works for
Bobby.
the Mets, another one
That's on me.
who's on the West Coast, and then Jason Dossey's son is in the game. How about that?
It just
Bro,
goes
we're
to show
talking
you,
about
Sarge is a
Wow,
human.
That's a great memory. You
AI.
don't know where you parked your car, but then you remember.
Imagination.
I think
image.
Jason was a Clemson guy, if I'm not mistaken. The 1-1 to Schaefer is up and in.
Yeah, Schaefer would love to see his first knock and maybe an RBI.
Hey, Sarge.
here.
Yeah.
2 balls and a strike.
Connor Diamond would like to join the show if you would let him.
You know, we talked about so many of
show's
the
almost
Colorado
over.
natives on this team. It didn't dawn on me that, you know, we'd have a guy from
He
South
asked.
Carolina in the mix.
Because we're not doing an after one.
If I knew how to give him
3 balls and a strike.
an invite, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
And that is outside.
If you said it was okay.
I just said it's no point
walk
because
of the
we're
game
fixing
for
to end the show.
Schaefer.
Earlier, I would have let him. Yeah.
Turns over the Arkansas lineup for Damian Ruiz.
Damian Ruiz has a chance with a long ball to win the game, and he homered to begin the first inning for Arkansas. So could you homer to start and finish the scoring on a
That'd
night
be
for your team?
Pretty impressive.
That would be awesome.
Arkansas has hit a couple tonight.
Or
Ruiz and Pompey.
Get that triple.
Troy, this is a way to get your night started.
Yeah, hit it off the light pole. Why don't you? Little ricochet action right there. I think that really helped the offense of Arkansas after going down 2-0 and kind of said like, uh-oh, is this going to be like the Stetson Monday game? And Ruiz kind of changed the tone of the Arkansas dugout pretty quickly.
2-0 the count.
It's going to be that's a balk.
Indeed it is. Even a base hit, though, would not put this in run rule territory. Arkansas would need to score Ruiz. That no-hitter, by the way, was 1996, so we're talking 30 freaking years. 2-0 pitch. Smoked, and that one nearly wore out Pompey. The kid's just rolling now. Don't hit him.
That was an absolute bullet. Not really sure how TJ got out of the way of this one.
It's tomorrow
he did. I think he just
afternoon,
missed it.
Mark.
I mean, that is close.
I want to say 2
2-1
o'clock,
is
I
in the
think.
dirt. Remember, Arkansas loves to attack on some runs with wild pitches, but Dossey wasn't having it. And the count 3-1. Our crew's been locked in today on a night that, as I've said before, needs a little something. Let's see this one again. Oh, my
Man,
goodness
that's close.
gracious.
Ooh, he about took it off the head.
That had to be a couple of inches from hitting him in the
least.
helmet. That's high. That's ball 4. So, bases are full of Razorbacks again, and now an extra base hit might win this game. Or end it with Kojal coming to the plate.
Kosher might come out of his shoes on this swing.
Kojal's been on base 4 times today, but he had an RBI double in the 7th. He's knocked in 2 runs. He scored 2 runs.
I would argue probably Arkansas's most consistent hitter this season.
I would not argue. Clark's pitch to Kojal. And he does catch the outside edge of the zone. The count 1-1. Razorbacks got 4 runs in the 7th.
Sorry
They
about
blew
that,
them
Sarge.
out
I got
with
kicked
2
out for a
outs
second.
in the 8th. Helfrich on deck if this inning
It
or
happens
this
time to
game
time.
continues. The RBIs, though, for Kojal tonight give him 25 on the season. Now, keep in mind, this is game number 21.
25 RBIs, 25 hits.
Worked himself ahead on the count. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Down and in, ball 3.
It's a really good bat by Camden. You know, he knows if he takes one out of here that this game's over, but he's not over swinging, not even offering pitches that are borderline or out of the zone.
Look to second. More of a reset. Again, Ruiz runs really well. We saw him go home to third on a double and an air back in the 2nd inning. Ball to the fence you'd think would score him. He's getting a huge lead. Kojal smokes one down the line and
There
right.
it is.
Let's
That
see
should
how
do it.
far he can run. That ball's to the fence. Here goes Ruiz to third. He will stop. Mooser Troy got to that ball before it got to the fence and rattled around, and it kept this game going. It's 11-2.
Yeah, I think that was definitely the key. If that ball hits the fence, it might be just enough for Ruiz to try to score, but I think that was a wise decision by Bobby Warnes. Mooser just really got on his horse, and you see him cut that baseball off, and that was key. You can see that Ruiz hadn't even gotten to third base when
Yeah,
that
that was a
throw
good
came
call.
into the cutoff man.
But you would have forced. That ball's ripped to left field off the bat of Helfrich. It's off the fence. It's going to plate the run, and Arkansas has won the game with the run rule.
There it is.
And with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th, Arkansas pushes across 3 runs to finish off a 12-2 win.
Well, the offense really woke up at the end of the game, and really good pitching by several pitchers for Arkansas. And again, a good win at home, and they just continue to protect the home field.
Little St. Patty's Day jig for the Razorbacks.
Let's go.
Yeah, just an
Say, at
absolute
least show it
bullet
to
by
us.
Helfrich, and you knew off the bat that there was no chance that Stone, the left fielder, was going to catch that one. He was playing shallow anyway.
So he misses a home run by a couple of feet, and he gets 1 RBI out of that instead of 3.
That's tough for Ryder Helfrich, but you can see the Pompeys telling Kojal just to cruise in. And again, great job for the bats tonight for the Hogs, and they've got another one tomorrow.
Oh, you're welcome, Landon.
Indeed
Not
they
a
do.
problem. Appreciate you coming in.
Good job by our crew tonight. Covered a lot of bases. The fans who are wearing the big jackets on the Hog Bed enjoyed a 12-2 win. So, for Troy Eklund and our entire crew, I'm Brett Dole.
All right. That's a winner, folks.
He just said, "Hey, cuff the game MVP tonight."
Yeah. A-Cup's just a man on Arkansas's campus. So, all right. I guess we got to 356. Great job, everybody. We had close to over 800 for most of the time. So we did good on the stream. The people viewing. I know we got a lot of subscribers tonight. We appreciate that. the super chats, everything, the support. There'll be new members. From what I understand, our Discord is loaded with 25 or more new members. So we're gonna go over there and sort that out and get everybody squared away.
Already did it.
And we will be hanging out over there, chilling out. So appreciate everybody for coming in. And if you turn your notifications on, you'll know when I go live tomorrow. Here, I can tell you exactly when it will be because I can pull it up now since this game is over. It will be
2:45.
2:45. Yeah, the game starts at 3. We will be live at 2:45, and then we go. Thursday we're off, and we head to South Carolina for 3. So, which those are already thumbnails are already out on the page, so you can know when we go live on every one of those 2 for the weekend. So we appreciate everybody coming in. Everybody had a great night. Love talking with y'all. We love all the support. Can't thank you guys enough, like I said. And that's all right, Landon. We appreciate you coming in when you can. And yeah, it's an early game time tomorrow. But if you can't watch it with us live, it will be posted on the channel as soon as we're done. It goes right to the channel for you to be able to watch it whenever you can. So, all right, from me, the Sarge YT, we wish you guys a great night and get some rest, and we'll see y'all tomorrow to do it again. Y'all take care now. We'll see you in the next one.
Later.
Way off in the distance.